right, hopefully I have no scuff, but I expect her to be scuff.
The scuff is the best part. It adds character.
Well, funny you should say that, because basically if we're talking about scuff, or adds characters, this is basically the whole premise of Lance also. Oh yeah, trauma, it adds character, it's development. But all right, hello everyone, and welcome to another stream of 2BitTales with me, Alistair Thorne, or 2Bit Rabbit, along with my guests for today, the gaming control. I'm gonna fuck up the pronunciation of that. Or DPRQ, Gendiva and Silas. And I don't know if you want to do introductions again since this is your second time here.
But sure. For anybody who might be new, I'm Silas Quint, multi-dimensional hero. We fight the Scarlet King. We have a little bit of fun. We have a lot of D&D. It's all good times all around. Trying to get my ass to variety stream more often. I've been so fucking busy. That's it.
Welcome to being the boomers of VTubers.
Yup. That's another little fun fact. We're old.
Yeah.
How old? That's not relevant.
We're old enough that we know we make references that the youngins don't understand, so therefore
yes.
we're old.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Thanks for the alert, spectacle. But yeah. So, as the last time, we're gonna do a lot of D&D conversation, which I do not mind. And there we have two topics, I guess, today. One that Gendiva told me right before about just telling a story about Lance.
Oh yeah.
Lance is my D&D character in their campaign. A simple Owlin boy from the farms who is now become a godling and is trying to not die. I think that's the basic gist of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
He tries to be the voice of reason amongst, I'm gonna say semi-murder hobos.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
We only committed genocide once.
And justified it.
Yeah, nothing of worth was lost.
God damn it.
Up.
Oh, with that line.
Gotta hear that every, month at least, apparently, in this campaign. It's fine. I'm used to it. I'm not used to it. And then also, I know Silas wanted to potentially talk about, basically, I don't know if it's just a world setting you're coming up with, or if it's also a new system.
It's mostly a setting.
Okay.
Though there is something associated with it that we could talk about when we get to that.
Yeah. Okay.
That does involve a mechanic. I think you're gonna like that one.
Oh my god.
The relevancy to it is it's painful. It's painful.
Great. I look forward to relishing in it. Okay. But I guess for now we'll start focusing on Lance. Is there something specific you wanted to talk about, or just delving into the character?
Oh, I want to hear something from Lance's perspective.
Okay, what's the thing you want to know about his perspective on? I mean, if you want, I could also, while you're thinking of that, I could kind of go over the thing that I mentioned before of when I had Nev as a guest. Nev really wants, they really want to, but not want to see Lance have a villain arc.
Yeah, tell me some evil shit about Lance.
Well, we were kind of going over the discussion of how Naeus is kind of guarded and everything. And it kind of went over, thinking about Lance, calling Naeus out and being like, You act so tough. You act like nothing matters and the greater good. Like you don't care, but I know you. You care so much, but you lost something because you've lived long enough. And you just pretend that it doesn't bother you when really that's what keeps you up at night.
Oh my god. My imagination just sees Lance like getting all up in Nias's face. His beak is like barely touching.
Yeah, especially since we established the height difference. There's like probably a 6 foot, not 6 foot, 6 inches difference at least.
Right. Oh man, the intensity would be so real.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
really hyped to see that group photo done. Puts everything into perspective.
yeah, especially because apparently everyone had different ideas of heights.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Like
was
some
like-
people were floating like 6 foot tall, some were like 3 foot nothing. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck?
I was like, look, I understand there's no way in hell Lance would ever be the tallest, but I was like, Verter, why would you think he's like 3 something?
What?
It's in the
Wait,
chat. You can find it. He thought I was slightly taller than Cass.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what?
Well, I always imagine Lance being taller than most people, but like I don't know, not small. Definitely not small.
Yeah. Well, that's why I kind of mentioned it, and I don't know if you saw. I kind of have the idea of like maybe he's a average for an Owlin or slightly above average or above average. But the thing is, he has that thing where because he's so frankly awkward and nervous, he kind of shrinks, so he actually seems smaller.
Yeah, like how owls kind of like tuck themselves.
Yeah, but then like you see how long their neck can go, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, can Lance actually? Do you think Lance could do that? The
I guess
360?
Lance can
I
actually
guess
do the neck
I
thing.
assume he could if it. I mean, the species is literally called owlin or owl, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. And if not, we could say in our universe it is like that.
Oh shit, bro. Yo, you can't sneak up on Lance then.
Oh, 'cause-
Oh, what? He should
Why
not.
do you
He
think
should
he's
have.
always the first one to spot the Eldritch horrors?
He needs to have resistance against sneak attacks, bro.
oh my. Oh, so are we also gonna do the thing where he can turn his head like 350 degrees or something?
Sideways?
Like how
Oh
far
my
does it go? I
God.
forget how much it can go.
It could go far. It could go far. I think
Yeah.
it's like 330, I think, or something. Is
Yeah,
that a
yeah, that's what I
core?
was thinking. It's like I
320?
it's definitely not 360, but I was like, it has to be somewhere up there.
Mm-hmm. They got a crazy head range.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just like. We can get into the horror stuff of Lance, I guess, if we want to.
Eldritch horror Lance.
Yes, Eldritch Horrorland.
That's the thing we find out. He could actually be like the height of Kaz, if he like literally compresses himself, but then he stretches him out and he turns into like Slender Man shape.
Oh
You were like,
god.
I'm drawing something like this. I'm drawing something like this. I'm drawing something like this.
Slender Man Lance doesn't exist. He can't hurt you.
Goblin Lance. Goblin Lance. He's gonna be like crawling on all fours
Oh my god.
and have
Well,
like the really long neck. He's gonna be looking at. Oh god.
great. So then that's like his nightmares of like his nightmares are of like or like of what he could be because he knows what's stopping a god, like all the conversations about like what's the difference between a god and a baron essentially.
Yeah, that's a great point. I like some of the philosophical debates and questions the party's been coming up with lately.
I want to
Really
fucking
bring
put
into question the elements I really want to like prod at. You know what I mean?
Did you know if you open up an owl's ear holes you can see the inside of their eye? What the fuck? Which isn't actually spherical.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I didn't know that. I do now.
Well, this isn't why Lance has all the feathers, because he doesn't want to think about that stuff. Was it? But yeah, there was the whole thing. Like Lance really wanted to be like, Lance, what the fuck? You saying that you're aware of yourself and of like what you did does not make it any better. You're the only difference between being you being an asshole god and you being and you is that you use technology instead of magic. Why do you get to decide who lives and dies like that on that scale?
Ah, yes. You know, the irony of that. Wait till you learn what his sigil is.
Oh yeah, I look. Lance accepts that there's like, even in himself, his ideals. There's hypocrisy in everyone. It's just the it's always for
It's a
him.
great question to bring up. Actually, is like
Okay.
just because it's tech doesn't necessarily make it okay. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? What if it was like Primus or Mechanus? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then it would be no different. They're just using technology in a different way, divine technology. So no, it's a valid question to ask.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guess. You know what? I'm just.
Let me take notes. Let me
You
take
know,
notes.
You know how you all have different, I suppose, portfolios you represent. You know, Faye has the Azada, Lance has Hope, you know, Chiquita has Order. Lazarus is well, I mean, I tried when I was developing these to make everything have an opposite balance.
Yeah, I was under that. So.
Yeah. So, you know, I see a lot of creation on there. Where's the destruction?
Oh yeah, with the destruction,
Yep.
because like, uh, uh, also I think there's also a certain point where I think Lance is thinking like, we haven't really communicated that much with the Baron in our group, but at the same time, I think I'm starting to be like, I might trust the Baron more than the other people in my group do, with just doing things.
Yeah. Irony being that Fair is one of those barons who didn't really want to be a baron. You know? There's a lot of that. Like, not every baron wants to be a baron. Not every baron chose to serve the king.
Yeah.
You know, some of them had to do it out of necessity, out of fear, a will to survive. That's honestly, ironically, what it seems to be the case for most of the barons of Thea. They were all, for the most part, unwilling to really commit to being a baron, as opposed to like the Ten Commandments, for example, who are all in on the whole baron thing. But there's they got their own problems they're dealing with.
Oh, I bet.
Oh
God. I only get snippets, and I'm always like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah, put it this way: that campaign gives me a taste of how you guys feel.
Oh, sure.
Vincent is he's not having a great time, my friend. He is not having a great time.
Also, just real quick, Tranquil says you're stinky.
Man, he don't know nothing, bro. He don't know nothing. He's just mad because he's stinky. He came back from lacrosse.
Oh well,
He's a stinky lacrosse boy. Yep.
He be sweaty.
He do be sweaty. He do be sweaty.
He'd be the type who's like, look, I'm gonna be sweaty anyway, so why do I need to put on deodorant?
Oh no, that logic line. It leads into some dangerous territory.
Oh, I know. I have friends like that. That's why I said it casually.
Oh God.
Look, I sweat more than the deodorant is gonna help, so why even bother? That's literally how the logic goes. I know fucked up people.
Pain in my soul. Pain in my soul. No, I've been there. I've been there. Candy was what the fuck in the background of Silas's mind.
Yeah. There's something about having things like cut out in like, I don't want to say crappy mics, but you know, like old mics or just other stuff like that. I'm just like, you don't get that as much.
Man.
And there's like a beauty in it.
Yeah, they have no idea how ass mics could be. How ass they were at one point. Oh my god.
Hearing someone rage or scream and it gets cut off halfway through.
Team speak, fucking audio quality.
Them slamming
Ventrilo.
slamming their desks, so then their audio gets really shitty for a bit because everything's shaking.
Yep.
God.
Skype calls.
Oh my god. No one knows what Skype is anymore. I forget Skype sometimes.
Bro, that fucking ditty, that little melody that
Oh
plays when
yeah.
you, it's forever burned into my
Mhm.
brain. It still plays every day. It's like one of those weird fucking earworms.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, the all of them took my suggestion and have joined to scream at you too. Probably more at Silas because he's the DM that they focus on. Yeah, specifically at Silas. Okay, there we go. Hey Nev.
Hey, no.
Who else? Tranquil, Rebby.
Real, so real.
Oh, you also missed when Nev was doing the equivalent of basically keyboard smashing when I did like Lance going evil and like wanting to do like the idea of like instead of like let's talk it out or like if he had become a baron he would still travel with the group but don't they were gonna watch the VOD. Shut up, Nev. Would you prefer I break it now or would you like later on and then they watch it and go oh okay, and besides I'm gonna clip it, you suggested I clip it.
Clip it, clip it. You gotta clip it. You
You gotta
gotta
clip it.
The clip is going to be 20 minutes. That's how long it
Perfection.
they were keyboard smashing essentially. Yeah, I know I gotta clip it, but I need to find time, which also means I'm probably gonna take a stream, not hiatus, but break next week probably. But maybe I think I still want to do at least one of these next week, just because they're not too hard to do because it's just talking. It's like hanging
Yeah, we're
out.
just chilling.
Yeah.
This is easy as fuck.
Absolutely.
But the other stuff, I have so much in the background I gotta fucking do.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. But yeah, the stuff with Lance of like he would travel the group even if he was a baron, and instead the whole time he'd be like, "What? No, why would I ever do that? I care about all of you," and he's pulling the strings in the background.
Gaslighting us? Gaslighting us?
Yes.
Fucking gaslighting?
I'm gonna girl boss all over everyone.
Literally, that's pretty much what Snorri did his entire time playing.
My question was,
I'm just a little guy.
Okay.
I'm just a little guy. I wouldn't do that. That's
Ye-
not me.
I have a question about Snorri. In the beginning for Snorri, did they come off as sane?
No. No,
Okay.
no. Nope. Nope. Like meta, we all knew he was fucking batshit crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
In-game,
sure.
They
Yeah.
didn't find out for I think it was like 12 sessions before they started catching on. Like
Okay.
in game.
Sure.
And then after that, he really started tightening up the belt and just would not let himself get caught.
Okay. Sure.
And then, after the whole Mistress of Pain thing, like he had the perfect hiding spot. So whenever things got hairy or he needed to like cool off, just go to Sigil.
Oh boy.
Yep.
But yeah, so instead of like if Lance became a baron, instead of probably hope, he would probably become like hedonism or something. Just be like lead into him drinking all the time constantly, so he's because that's when he's at his peak.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop me. I can't even feel pain right now.
That's a problem.
Yes.
Lance becomes a problem when he's drunk.
Oh.
The dice gods bless him so crazily. They'd be like, yep, here's an at 20. There's another one. Have another.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah, that. Crown of Madness on the Duke's wife to pretend she killed the Duke and then solely shooting the Duke's wife in the head to stop Snorri from marrying the Duke's wife and gaining total control over Belucky.
What?
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah, I was reading that. And I was like, oh, there's a marriage part in there.
oh yeah, Snorri's a man who he's a man of means. That guy, he's so one night, right? This was after he had managed to obtain the Starlight Staff. He was doing his like bi-weekly sacrifice to Azathoth. This week's band was a little bit bigger than usual. And
Right.
as he fed them all to the Eldritch God and got his staff all charged up and unlocked the last features of it. Yeah, he then decided, I want to go party.
Oh my god.
He's like, can I use the Starlight Staff to teleport to Valaki? I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I got
was like,
an
yeah.
idea.
He's like, okay, cool. I want to teleport into the mayor of Valeki's house. This was before Varmiel took over.
Right.
And he teleports in. It's in the middle of the night. So they both wake up in a start. He starts screaming at him. The wife is freaking out. Snorri's like, yeah, I'm just gonna Crown of Madness, the both of them. Get the wife to kill the husband. The guards come in. They see the husband attacking the wife, and they kill the mayor. And then he goes on to charm all the guards and trick them into believing that he was pretty much like a hero attempting to save the mayor's wife. And then he proceeds to attempt to charm all of the administration in Valeki as he calls a meeting in the early wee hours of the morning in the wake of the murder. He then, after all of that, charms the wife and pretty much convinces her to marry him so that he could gain control over Valeki. As soon as Pizzoli found out about that, because this was around the time Pizzoli was starting to catch on to Snorri,
Yeah.
he just pulls out his sword off and liberates the mayor's wife from her head as Silas is walking in.
Oh my god.
And Silas sees this and he draws his gun on Pizzoli, like, what the fuck is going on? What just happened? Then that whole the wake of that was really messy.
You
Oh,
don't
boy.
say. You don't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why New Barovia and Valeki are always at odds with one another. Because of that whole fiasco. And then Varmiel stepped in and like he was pretty much like Pizzoli, but for Valeki, as Pizzoli was for New Barovia. And then they just kind of both were button heads for in-game years after that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Snorri killed pretty much. He got both the mayor and the mayor's wife killed. Oh, and then they proceeded to murder the son of the mayor and
Just get
the
rid of the whole
daughter.
bloodline.
Yeah, they got rid of the whole bloodline. Not even joking.
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's why I said it. I was like, okay, yeah. Like, let's just make sure we have no loose ends and just make sure we don't have to worry about this later. So let's just do it now.
Yep. Remy remembers. Yeah, the way they RP'd that, man, it was brutal. It was fucking brutal. Ooh, jeez.
I'm-
The Seven Saviors. What an ironic name. Anyway.
Look, they say people that were they were the right people or all the people. Don't worry about the details.
Yeah, no big deal. You know, they saved something.
Yeah.
They saved something.
Worth it?
Themselves.
Yeah. Look, the people who are alive are the ones who get the tails.
And all of them are really, really happy with the Seven Saviors. Funny how that worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Any complaints? But
Any complaints, direct them right to Pizzoli. You know, he's a really nice guy. He will listen to your complaints.
he will listen. Will he do
He will.
anything? Fuck
The
you.
irony is actually no, yeah, that's the weird thing about Pizzoli is like he's such a very hard to like predict person.
Mm-hmm.
His character is just kind of like he'll subvert your expectations really, really often. Really, really often.
Right.
So like even the entire party was like, oh, Pizzoli's trying to become a tyrant. He's the reason why there's so many social safety nets and like life in New Barovia is so good. Him and Iggy. Like literally, they made sure to set it up in such a way that everybody would be taken care of, and it would require minimal insight and input.
Look,
Mans actually does care. He's got a very extreme moral code, I guess is one way to put it.
man, the fact that it's been so long since I had to worry as Lance. I'm like, man, I don't know if I like this guy. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with much bigger things to worry about. And it also reminds me also all this whole conversation just like, yeah, you're right. It's kind of a miracle that Lance didn't get more fucked up during the whole everything he's gone through.
Yeah.
With all the drinking and then all of the eldritch stuff that only he knows the depth of.
Yeah. So like the fact of him having or the idea of him having a darker arc, a darker character arc for time, villain or otherwise, it actually would make a lot of narrative sense given the things he's been exposed to. Poor guy.
Yeah,
he's always the first.
Just him starting to scribble on everything uncontrollably because he gets that moment, or those visions, or he's drinking to forget, and he thinks if he writes, he can get it out of his head, but it just spreads it.
Oh man, that's incredibly Lovecraftian.
He unknowingly becomes the prophet or the messenger.
Oh man, have you seen the yellow sign?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've actually
It's both the saying from the book and terrifying prospect. It's put it this way: if you hear that, followers of Haster, the King in Yellow, are near. And if they're near, you want to be anywhere but there. Haster is not a nice guy. He's not the worst compared to like Narlethatep and stuff. Some of the other Eldritch gods.
Sure.
But yeah,
he's still an Eldritch god.
Yep, exactly.
Not being the worst is still saying he still might make you go mad enough to do some very effed up shit.
Literally, that's his whole thing. Is like he's more likely to use you than he is to kill you.
Yeah, which is also I think Evil Lance is the type to do more of.
Yeah, like I could see that too.
What kind of crimes would Lance commit?
What kind of crimes?
Yeah, what kind of crimes?
The thing is, a lot of it that I was thinking of is a lot of his crimes would be him making other people do it for him to keep his hands quote unquote clean. But also I feel like he would very much be like Machiavellian with his ideals of stuff of
I could see that.
The ends justify the means, and it's just like, look, every story has to get to an end, and I'm trying to get the fastest way to that end, so guess what? I'm going to do what it takes, even if it means kicking babies out of the way so I can get there faster.
Just punting a baby. Just so I can just picture Lance doing it. Dark Lance. Yeah, bro is a speed runner.
But also him probably forgetting that he could fly for the first half of it doing this.
Oh my god. I'm never gonna forget that. Never gonna forget that. That's legendary right there.
Oh my god. I can't believe because I was just just looking at my character
the fact
sheet.
that nobody else realized it either. Like no one was like, Owlin probably can fly over the river.
Yeah, this was like I just picked the Owlin because it was this is something different and interesting. Let me pick it. Did not really fully look over things. I just like slapped it into Roll20, and then I was like looking over. It's like, what spells do we have? What's this? This is flying. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Don't feel bad. For like the first, I want to say like first few dozen sessions, maybe like 14, 15 sessions. I forgot that the Azamar had like their racial ability, their shroud, or like radiant soul ability. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
So Silas was over here like potentially being able to do more damage, and he was just like, so it's yeah, shit happens.
Yeah,
Shit happens.
no. It's a funny thing to laugh at because it's well still in like the beginning session, so it wasn't like, oh my god, it didn't know how. Oh, thanks for the sub, Rabby. Now you don't have to deal with the ads. Also, you're one of the first. You get that badge. What was I gonna say? But yeah, since it was in the beginning sessions, it's more of like I laugh at it and not like, oh, I'm so stupid. How could I do that?
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's definitely other stuff like when we're later on, it's like, oh right, I could have done this that feel way more like, you beat yourself up more because you're like, oh, this could have maybe changed the flow of the battle or something.
Believe me, I know. See, Silas, he's got his own problems he's dealing with. And let's just say something like that happened just recently. I want to say like 3 sessions ago, where he made a decision that could have been resolved a different way. And it wasn't until after the fact that I realized, and I was like, fuck, this person didn't have to die. So yeah, no, it'd be like that. That hindsight be 2020, man. 2020.
I think now also, if depending the type of villain that Lance would become, I think really depends on when he decides to become a villain or leans into it. Because the way I kind of imagine it, it's before he witnessed any of the stuff in the campaign, I could see him easily being that villain who what's it called? He just sees himself as the hero because of how much he lied as a kid, and about his adventures so much that he's fully sold into it. So he doesn't see any of his actions as bad because he's always the hero in his mind.
I get you. Yeah. False sense of self.
Yeah, exactly. So just easily him like, no, yeah, I did this and this, and then like, just he's even writing the story. So then like, and using his illusions to even reinforce that he did the right thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Presentation, and eliminating anything that would make him look like the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And just
yeah.
And then as he's slowly building like people who believe in him as a adventurer and a hero, it just feeds into more and more, because then they become like people who defend him when there's anything seems out of place.
Eventually they start making the lie a reality. Oh
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Again, we're kind of going into the thing of Lance creating a cult, good or bad versions.
You know, that's a great way to get followers.
Yeah, but the difference...
Yeah, you need followers, you know?
Yeah, but the whole difference is between, we've discussed, if he's doing it intentionally or unintentionally. Everyone's like, you saved us. It's like, no, you don't have to worship me. It's like, I just want to help. It's like, and everyone's like, more reason to worship him. He asked for nothing in return. It's like, no, please. Look, I just set up this AA meeting to help people. Look, I don't know all the answers. I'm just trying to help. I'm just giving suggestions. Follow his teachings. Fuck.
It just spirals out of control.
I mean, we've joked about it, but also everyone believe it. Like, it's like, I see something special in you, Lance. It's like, what are we talking about? I'm just like, I'm like 18 or 19. This is a lot of pressure to put on my shoulders right now.
Yeah, poor guy.
Young bird.
This campaign is very much, I don't know about the other ones, but this one's very much like, how old is everyone? Why is the age demographics either 15 all the way to like, I don't know, 40 or 50 with like tranquil?
500.
Oh, right. I forget
Yeah.
forget that about Chiquita, because it's... Thanks for gifting a sub, Remy.
God damn it, ads.
Now you have 2 badges. You also have the The gift sub badge.
Hey.
Was it? But yeah, the okay, yes, there's technically people who are way older than that, but also the way they present themselves does not make me go, oh yeah, they're ancient.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
It's all these just like human individuals, you know what I mean? Like in the figurative sense, but like trying to navigate what would otherwise be an impossible situation.
yeah. Yeah, impossible is a good way to put everything that we're going through right now.
Yeah, yeah. Insurmountable odds.
Yeah.
You guys managed to navigate it though. I give you that.
Which is also why sometimes I'm just like, we're gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna worry about it until I'm in character, and then I over worry about it because
So
no one
real.
else is.
Yep.
Uh, that those memes of the inside outs, how I'm feeling inside and how I'm feeling outside. Oh right, just one of the things I was telling Nev about like evil lands, he would be like, uh, I think I've told you one of the powers for Lance is like putting someone in an endless loop of hopeful situations but never quite getting it. Uh, and then just breaking them in that cycle because
oh man. Just eventually completely break them by like I guess desensitizing them to hope.
yeah, because
Damn, that would be so fucked.
why bother trying? You're never gonna reach it. That's the
Hope
spirit.
edging.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I
god.
hate that term so much. But yes,
I'm
appropriate.
gonna hope edge you.
It's just I can't even remember because I don't even know if Nev is here, but it was like along the lines of like, I will dangle what you desire in front of you, and I won't let you get near it until you give in and accept that you are nothing.
Damn.
Beauty of that. Will they even value what they have anymore after that? That's the
Doesn't
beauty of it. Like
well,
that literally like captures Scarlet King energy. Not
yeah.
even kidding.
Again, the parallel thing, or it'd be funny of just because Lance in this version he's so staunchly against uh the Scarlet King, but in this one he's like, oh, I like that, but I'm gonna do it for me and not you. Fuck you. I'm gonna take this later. Uh,
Man. Some banger events coming up down the line.
that stuff before bullshit. Fuck that. Here's the real bangers, as in more nukes.
Surprisingly, maybe not. Hopefully not.
You say hopefully not, but I also know you've visited Warhammer.
Well, not everything was well, that technically Silas didn't visit Warhammer. Vincent went to Warhammer.
Okay, but I could.
Vulcan came to New Barovia.
All right, but also I could say you and refer to your characters and not specify which one.
Fair.
Vulcan's such a nice guy.
Oh my
He's one
god.
of the nicest Primarchs out of all of them. Like really, legitimately.
He's so cool. Like he was just like, here, you want help? Okay.
Don't piss him off though. Like Vincent did.
Uh,
By blowing up this
uh.
whole fucking planet.
It was, he just he wanted to understand what it. He just.
Man, that was such a funny bit. That was
He
such
still
a
didn't
funny
get
bit.
it though.
He's like, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. I want to see this joke.
Oh my.
do it.
Oh no.
They proceed to exterminatus, the planet, and they glass it.
Oh my god.
Vincent's just sitting there watching from like one of the observation windows. Starts chuckling. I don't get it. It was so fucked up, man. It was so fucked.
Oh my god. That's what happened.
Yup.
Fucking glassing.
I couldn't help myself. Cause they were about to go down to the planet, and we had gotten like we sent down scouts and scanners and stuff to pretty much survey the planet, see like how hospitable it was, and whether or not we could even survive without like some type of aid. We found out that that place was literally hell. It's the rainforest of hell.
Okay, if it's a rainforest, I was like, Doom Slayer, is he gonna be there?
That was pretty much. Yep. He wears green too, so yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yep. After that, we kind of hung out there for about a week because the main cannon drained the power of the ship, and we start getting approached by this little tiny old ship. I already knew what was gonna happen the second he said it was gold and it had like the eagle insignia on it. I was like, oh god, what have we done?
God damn it.
Then he proceeded to send Vulcan after us with some Adeptus Custodes on his flanks. That was bad. Oh boy.
Oh my
That
god.
was real bad.
I'm just reading chat, and then like, of course, John's causing more shit.
Oh god, don't even get me started. If Vincent gets his hands on John, he's gonna kill John. Everything they're dealing with right now is because John ratted out the entire fucking party. Oh, he's a dead man. He is so fucking dead. The entire party wants him dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to play both sides.
John wins by playing all sides, but also guess what? He played himself.
He messed up, man. Vincent hits different, bro. Vincent hits very different. If he ever gets even within 50 feet of Sean, that man is dead. He is very dead.
Oh my god.
It's to that, man. It's like Vincent is very hard to kill, and he does a lot of damage, and he heals while he does a lot of damage. So yeah, he tanked like a shitload of opportunity attacks from a bunch of space marines. He dashed like I think it was 90 feet through a whole bunch of chaos space marines, fucking chaos space demons and shit like that. He got downed like twice and was still going.
And don't
Still
forget the
fucking
crazy shit that happens when he has Paige by his side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Paige and Vincent are terrifying, man.
Um,
I wouldn't even send Silas after Vincent and Paige. That would be a very nasty slog of a fight.
You and your goddamn characters, but also I get it.
Told me to make a bad guy.
Yeah, I know.
Make the baddest bad guy I could make.
I know.
I had to go for the Dark Triad, you know?
God damn it.
I had to.
Look, I know. Look, I understand, but also because you're
Plus,
playing.
The man's got riz. The man's got some riz, bro.
Oh my god.
He's got some
Oh my god. It's like dealing with this, and also because I've made a promise with fucking Paige now, I'll be like, where the fuck is he? God damn it.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, my bad, bro.
Where is he now? Now he's floating in a demi-plane with the rest of his party while surrounded by the 6 other children of creation, which are now free. Yep. Scarlet King's siblings. Remember how It was rumored that he killed them all and took their powers. No, he didn't kill them. He sealed them. We found the seal. Fuck.
Why are we? What? Oh, okay, great.
Look. We actually, as barons, were trying to stop him from stop them from getting unsealed.
No,
we were
no.
actually doing good stuff. We were being good.
I
We
know.
were being good.
In the grand scheme of things, now that Baird group is more or less turncoats. I can, as far as I can understand.
They're like, I suppose you could, yeah. At this point, because the Scarlet King sent them there to die. Like, not even exaggerating. He sent
Oh.
them to the 40K verse to die.
Not even like this is a suicide mission. You have a goal to accomplish. It was just like,
No, it's
lol.
just you served your purpose. I'm gonna let the trash take itself out. I got other things to do. Yeah.
Bro gave us a parade. He gave us a whole fucking like made us feel special for a little bit, and then sent us off to our death.
God, you're making me think about a campaign I had to do where I don't know. I assume you would know it. It's a D&D setting that was originally from Magic, of like an Egyptian kind of setting.
Theros. I
There,
think it's called.
yeah.
Theros. I think that might be the Roman equivalent, like the Greekish. Like, 'cause there is one. There's like a Greek equivalent.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it is Theros.
I don't remember all the names of it because it was like 2 years ago when I played it. But it was like only like a couple months, and it was just basically like we were going through like Colosseum kind of trials kind of a thing. All for at the end is like the whole point is like the gods is like, you know, die an honorable death in combat kind of shit. Meanwhile, I played a scaredy cat sorcerer, who his whole thing was his sorcery came because his twin brother died, and the shock gave him his powers. But now he has PTSD and he's running from fights.
Damn.
So yeah, just the idea of like giving a parade before you get ganked is like, oh, cool. Why the fuck
Yeah.
are we doing this?
Yeah. Well, you know the Scarlet King. He likes his pomp and circumstance.
Oh yeah.
He does like to put on a show.
There's no fun in it if we don't make it into a spectacle.
Yep, exactly.
I have
I'm not letting him die there. Oh no,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, Vincent's not going down like no bitch. Nope.
if I've made this much of a badass, he's gonna do some dumbass bad shit.
Just gonna fucking. I already know what I'm gonna do.
First,
Worst case scenario,
Kill
banish
John.
myself. Nah, banish. Banishment
Oh,
sends you
sure.
back to the plane of where you originate from, and Vincent doesn't originate from that world. He originates from someplace else, so he's gonna stab the party, send them back to where they come from, and then he's gonna regroup and get everybody back together again.
Well, I don't know, because now after last session, Saturday,
Yeah, there's been some details that have been vaguely alluded to that give me reason to believe that that might not be necessary, but we'll see what happens.
what's the time difference going on right now?
Everything's about lined up.
Okay.
Like, literally. Mostly.
Even though we're
All the
in different
sessions.
planes.
Except, well, like with the exception of like New Barovia, that's
Okay.
still there's still the time dilation there because it's a lower world
Yeah,
you guys are in right now relative to
Yeah, and we're
where New
going
Barovia's located.
faster, right?
Yeah.
The lower
yeah,
you are, the
guys in red
faster it
wave.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was
Red
thinking.
waves, yeah.
So they could be there for like, I don't know the time difference, but like us being even there for a week is still them for an hour, I'm guessing, or something.
As a matter of fact, you guys have been down there for about, I want to say almost 2 months.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That does not
and
feel like that with the.
It's only been about a weekish or so above. You know what I mean? Yeah. Only been about roughly a week.
Yep. Yeah, it's only been a week actually.
Oh my God.
You're
Mhm.
right.
I'm
It
really.
doesn't feel that way because there was like some short time skips and stuff like that. Like when you guys first initially landed and you were in New Galeru.
Oh right. I forget
Yeah.
the other stuff of like traveling down to the Red Wastes, and
Mm-hmm.
so they were still that time. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
and then there was like the week hiatus before you guys even dropped into the Red Waste.
sure. It's just with some of that, it makes me think it's more like a month than 2 months at most.
Yeah. Roughly about 2 months.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, it's still wild. So it's just like,
Yeah, right.
what the fuck we're
So much
doing.
has happened, and then like yeah, that like the front down there is a mess, man. And like
You
so
don't
many of the
say.
allied forces completely like splintered, and it's just oh my god, I don't even want to get started with it. Silas is not impressed. Let's put it that way.
Remy, it's okay. We can make a new D&D Christmas because we're gonna be gods, and we'll make the new holidays.
Yeah, just want the Ten Commandments to rest. We've had enough. Yeah, the Ten Commandments, man. They've had it rough.
Is the Ten
They've had
Commandments
it.
the
The Barons,
Barons?
the
Okay.
Barons in the 40K universe. Those
Uh,
guys. Oh man. Vincent doesn't even have a high persuasion score. Mans has had to talk his ass off, man.
is he the
Oh,
default spokesperson because he's the?
yeah, yeah, because he's really good at handling people. He hates them, he detests them, but he's good at handling them.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
oh boy.
Mm-hmm. I would say a quick follow-up behind that would probably be like Nixania and John. And then other
Those
two, I guess, faces we need
those
to really
two
talk.
seem worrying to have as the seconds in command.
Well, Nixania wasn't that bad. Nixania wasn't that bad, actually.
Okay, but it's
Nixania
also,
was pretty tame.
I feel like
John
Nev keeps
was
talking about about being like, yeah, but what if I make him worse?
oh yeah. So remember Krezik? Yeah, that never got fixed.
Oh my
So
god, damn it.
yeah, he's just been operating like that for a while now. It's completely devoid of any type of serotonin gratification.
Yeah, which is
Yep.
also the fucking reason Lance has to go. Like, where the fuck is he? I gotta fix him. I made a promise. I'm not excited about it, but god damn it.
Oh, bitch and 3/4. John's a bitch and 3/4.
Oh look, John has not made any friends in any of the groups he's ever been in so far.
One more betrayal of these two bitches in one.
Mm, God. The
Oh man.
the amount of stuff with his betrayals that have caused so many
I think
ramifications.
I'll be honest though, I think he's kind of finally backed himself into a corner here because he's burned the bridge with the Scarlet King and he can't exactly return to New Barovia without some type of consequence. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he's
He
kind of
wasn't
stuck
with
on
us,
his own.
right? He wasn't with us, right?
No, he was with the Emperor. The Emperor and the Wait, actually no. No, he was aboard the Scarlet Leviathan because they returned him back. They sent him back, remember?
They sent him back because they know he's betraying? Or wait, what?
They sent him back to complete a second part of a overarching mission.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Some events lined up in a way that pretty much drew the Scarlet Fleet and Armada to our location. We were only supposed to do that when we got to Terra. Earth? We didn't get to Terra. We were nowhere near Terra. What was going to happen was when the fleet showed up, the Imperium was going to be there to receive them. Death Corps of Krieg was there to receive them. And if you are familiar with the 40K universe at all, the Death Corps of Krieg, they're some badass motherfuckers, and they're terrifying. So that happened. But while that was happening, some stuff was happening down on the planet below, which is where the rest of the party was. And John was just hanging out in his room, waiting patiently for the next part of his job. Yep. Hey, look, it's Verinter!
Yeah, I was gonna see if you noticed it or just say it.
Fucking dick. How's it going, bro?
Now that we're joking all about all of this, it does make me think it's like, uh, John's idea of nothing matters is like, nope, you prove that that everything you do does matter. Fuck you. You ruin it all.
You know, that's ironic. He says nothing matters, nothing we do matters, but like everything he's done has had incredibly like deep and far-reaching ripples. You know what I mean?
Everything's getting
Just
fractured
about
right now.
everything. Yeah, and it's like in the midst of everything happening, I'm curious to see what happens next. Because, like I said, he kind of backed himself a little bit in a corner. He's got the Imperium to rely on, but I don't know how much they're like. My understanding of 40K would lead me to believe that they're not too attached. And they don't get too attached. I wouldn't really call them allies. More like mutually aligned uh co-workers until your competition.
Funny how John keeps ending up in these kind of groups.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Though I'm curious, given his certain circumstances and what I understand in the grand scheme of how everything's operating, I wonder if the Red Regicide will take him in. They do affiliate with like ex barons and stuff like that. That's not outside of their realm of feasibility. So I'm curious because if that's the case, then he does actually have at least one other organization he could go to. But I wouldn't do what you've done there.
Maybe we could fix him.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Who knows? Jean redemption arc?
Everything in these campaigns have been child soldiers and I can fix them, and then the other half of the group going, no, make them worse.
So true.
We have very specific running themes. And
I don't want him fixed. I want him dead.
Oh my god. My brain was like, oh, oh, I'm gonna fix him right. And I fix him like the dog he is.
Ooh, oof, oof, oof.
You and your
You think
foxers.
he's like food motivated? You think like if you get like a bag of treats, like you can make him sit?
He is like foxing. Maybe. We might be able to win him back over. Yep.
Hey, Mix. Thank you for the lurk.
Hey, Mix.
Oh, for interesting treat as soon as we're talking about it. I was like, very canine like of you.
Is that what we've been doing wrong this entire time, guys? Have we just not been giving Jean treats?
So thanks for the follow after the lurk, Mix. Oh my god. This is dating things again. Mentioning what does the fox say? I was like, how old is that now?
Oh, I remember that back when I was a wee lad.
Oh my god, I have to know. It's a decade old now.
Jesus Christ.
2013.
So fucking old.
Yeah. Just had to know. Curiosity.
Nah, fuck it. I'm immortal. I live forever. I could be 30. It don't matter. I'm not aging another day.
This is why I became a VTuber. AI, take me away and make me immortal. But also don't take me and don't do it the bad way. But oh no, it's AI. It'll turn it into the bad way. In a fuck. I feel like that's the story of John. Well, what kind of fuck situation have I put myself in now? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what ends up happening because like it could go a lot of different ways, honestly. like my I guess understanding based off of like vaguely hinted events, subtly hinted events, is that at least some of us survive. I can't say for certain if we all do. So
For the
who
commandments group,
knows?
or
Yeah, for the commandments, yeah, specifically.
Yeah, because when Vulcan came, Vulcan said that, right? Or was it Vicky?
It was Vicky.
They said that Medicus had some barons in his custody. So,
Yeah. And Medicus was dealing with the Emperor. So it stands to reason that potentially, yeah, we may have survived given some exterior help. Which is why the Red Regicide popped into my head, is that's the organization that Medicus is forming, pretty much the elite crack squad amidst the general army. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And if I was building something like that, getting the 10 Commandments would be something I'd be receptive to. Even if I had to potentially compromise on some things in order to get at least some of them. Especially knowing that they have, a grudge against the Scarlet King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give up some of my ideals to get to my goal.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yep.
Yep.
Because what was it? But also I'm just thinking about, man, I need to figure out Lance's build for the future, assuming he survives. Because
Find out next time. This Wednesday. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
no, you're fine. I was just trying to follow up, but also because I was thinking of the Dragon Ball spoiler titles. The group's all fucking dead. Will Frieza be defeated? Tone out next time. Frieza defeated. At least it's not gonna take.
Does Goku complete the Spirit Ball? Next episode, Goku completes the Spirit Ball.
At least it won't take nearly as long as those fights do.
No. It's still crazy that that wasn't even one whole round of combat. There's still 2 people before first round of initiative is even ended.
This is why in my defense of our group, where you're like, you gave us warnings, I was like, okay, yeah, but also literally only 6 seconds have passed, technically.
It's like getting punched, instant flying. You snap to, and you're like, wait, did I just get punched? Why am I over here? God damn.
Maybe I should run.
Did this man just slap the shit out of me? I mean, I feel like I got slapped, but I didn't see it happen.
Oh my god. I'm really thinking, or what's it called? Of course, I'm out of everyone, I'm leading into like Lance is like, he's going to go quickly to maxing out god powers, but also he needs to figure out a build when he's not in his form, or else that's not a great way of overly relying on it.
I get what you mean. I actually do something similar with like Silas and the Sandevisor. Like, I have it, but I try not to clutch on it, because if you become over reliant, what happens when something happens? You know what I mean?
Oh, you decided to make us have 3 fights in a day. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Or like, for example, that exhaustion accumulating enough that it becomes a real hindrance for any combat going forward.
Yeah, which is why Lance wants to train it, but also I can tell you're going to put a limiter on it eventually or face the consequences.
What, like getting a Sandevison?
Wait, what?
Oh, like god powers, you mean?
Well,
Or-
just the training, or just the constantly like practicing, or all of us channeling stuff. It's just like,
I mean, I put it this way. As you've seen, for me, like narrative growth is a big selling factor. I
Yeah.
like people who like invest in their character. You know what I mean? And work to build them up and make them into something that they really want to be at the end of the day.
There's investment in them. But
So, like, the more you do something, the better you get at it. Though, if you bite off more than you can chew, that's where consequences start to pop up.
sure.
Overreach, and it may have some negative consequences that you're not prepared for. And that's the trick with finding that balance.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much, where's that barrier, that upper cap of what your potential is, and kind of exploring that without overreaching or overexerting,
Sure.
that it becomes a hindrance.
Yeah, I get that, which is it's the frustrating part of playing LAN sometimes. It's like, man, I could be training right now, but I gotta talk to fucking everyone right now.
Wait, Silas, yo, I'm telling you the parallels between the two of them. You have no idea. You have no. Oh my god.
Man, I could really boost up my intelligence and then like become like wizard or some shit, or like get the ritual thing. But no, I gotta talk to everyone, and hopefully that gives me a different bonus that I'm not aware of yet. Really hoping for some like persona shit where I'm like, I unknowingly get some feats that I don't know about in the background. But also I know, yes, that technically ties back into the followers thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really kind of everyone's talking about like, oh, they're trading, they get this off like immediate bonus, and meanwhile technically Lance is more playing like the long term.
Yeah, and that's valid, you know? That's actually really valid. I do the same thing, you know, with most of my characters. I think Vincent is the only one that I have not done that with. I've gone for like more short term.
Well, yeah, because
given the circumstances, you kind of got to get any fucking resource you can.
You had to make him into a fucking murder machine immediately.
Oh no, he came out the box like that.
Yeah, no, no, I'm saying like the build you made for him.
Oh yeah. It's honestly a pretty simple multi-class. It's pretty much a fighter, warlock, paladin multi-class. That's it.
Yeah, I really got to figure out the multi-classic stuff since that's coming up. Even though right now I'm more, I don't know if I might as well just max out my bard stuff, or just after I get wish and then figure stuff out from there.
That's a good point.
Because it's like 2 more levels. Yeah, I got time.
Yeah.
Also, the kids, stop fighting in my chat. Also, hey, Kami.
Hey, what's going on, Kami?
Oh my god, everyone's here.
We got them all worked up. Here we go.
Got them all worked up now.
Just getting ready for 2 days from now. At a certain point, just making this become like the podcast thing we're talking about.
I would be absolutely fine with that. I'd love that, honestly. Given like my time constraints, I can't exactly squeeze it in. So if anybody can get it done, I would love for you to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've already had you two, Verinter, Nev.
Oh, Nev rather. Yeah.
Yeah. So if other people want to, it could be either us recapping things or doing wouldn't it be fun of an AU version kind of a thing. Or is this where you thought your character would go? Because, I know you've mentioned in the past of like, Lance has exceeded your expectations for how things were going to go. I was like, okay.
Yeah, nah, that's not an exaggeration.
He's trying
Honestly,
his best.
a lot of you guys have.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not for nothing. I'm fully cognizant of the stuff I'm throwing at you guys. I know it's overwhelming, and I know it's a lot for your characters to deal with. But you guys have managed to navigate it well. I mean, think about it. Like, does any hero get up in the morning knowing they're gonna have to save the world, or volunteer for the act? Nah. They're usually ill-prepared, ill-motivated, but they do what they need to do just to get it done. And you guys do just that.
I'm trying.
Oh my god.
It's
What-
especially weird when you're playing both sides, the villain and the fucking. Oh my god!
Yeah,
You
you
guys
get
don't
a taste
understand.
of what Verinter's been dealing with for
Yeah.
months.
Okay, you know how I was kind of like quiet last session? I was really, really concentrated.
Oh yeah, I expected that because you're like,
Uh,
all right, am I gonna just nuke them now, or do I, or do I wait? Friggin', you have your legendary mythic action, just like I cast another spell. Wait, what? How fast are you speaking right now?
Oh, you better be careful, Kami. Don't do that. Don't challenge it. Oh no. I'll dial the difficulty up, and then everybody will have to suffer. You will too.
yeah.
Just put
Yeah,
Cam into like a
actually
different,
we have to
completely
make some
different
tune
campaign.
ups for the Hand of Black. Actually, that reminds me.
Oh my god.
I noticed a couple things. I noticed a couple things on Ismilia. That was a good play test, honestly. Last Wednesday was a great play test
God damn
for
it.
Ismilia, and I think I see a couple of things I have to fix.
Gotta.
I'm gonna let you guys know now. The Hand of Black is setting up to be your Strahd.
I mean,
And let me tell you, my Strahd. Ooh. There's a reason why everybody was terrified of him back in the day. Oh man.
Question: did you also have a fuck around and find out moment like we're currently having?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See,
Oh yeah.
see, that's also another thing. The group has to have that. It
Yeah,
Before-
it kind of asserts how much threat that thing in particular, whatever obstacle it is, person, monster, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of puts it in this to frame reference, because like you can't get your ass beat that hard and not realize, okay, maybe I should be a lot more careful, or these guys are really serious business type shit.
Yeah, because also
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Even if Lance was fearful, like let's be real, are we really gonna get the rest of the group to be like, oh yeah, let's run? Especially after we had that heated conversation of fuck the gods and fuck the barons before that.
Actually, I'll let
Yeah.
you know this. I was completely hoping you guys would run away.
Yeah, but let's be real. Look at the group. We have Kaz, Laz, and then also we're currently holding well, those are the two that would probably want to start like just fight it out. And then because of that, like how we're gonna just pull them back.
Oh man, and Cam, yeah, Cam would want to fight. And if Cam stays, Rodden's staying.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a well, fuck. There's way too many people who committed now. I have to like be supportive of the
Yeah.
rest of the group.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just like, look, I totally would have wanted to run. Let's be real. I would have wanted to fucking run. But I've just been conditioned by the group to be like, all right, I guess we're gonna fuck around and find out every time. I would be more surprised if they said, let's run.
Oh, you know what I'm really glad about that you guys had? I'm so glad that you guys had Lazarus hold the crown. You made a good choice there. Because that wisdom saving throw that I had him do was dominate person.
Was it from the crown or for someone? Or wait, who casted that? I forget.
Ismilia.
was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
cast dominate person on Lazarus and just have him give the crown to her. And
Oh,
leave.
gotcha. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil things, but also Verinter messaged me something before, and I'm like, wait, is that something that they know or don't know? Because also, I don't know if he's here right now. Because he told me something about the crown.
Oh dear God. That crown.
Uh,
That crown.
yeah, but Also, another thing is the retreating thing I'm thinking about is like we also had the Helldivers with us. I don't know how much we could really retreat with them with us. Just
Oh
looking
yeah,
through it.
that's true.
So
Would you be able to teleport away with a group of roughly 120 men? Hmm.
let's see how well Lance can
Well,
roll.
I mean, you guys did manage to revive a good portion of the drow that were killed in Menzo. And that's resurrecting from the dead.
Yeah. But
So,
what I'm if I'm hoping and lucky enough, if I could use empower my spell with divinity to get us out of there, and not worry about like just channeling all the power into making sure it's everyone that's in our group, and as many of the Helldivers, and not include the people we're trying to fight, because I want to make that clear, not just be like it's the whole area. I also assume by that time, if everyone's also helping channel, we're also basically, it's like, all right, everyone, we need a week to rest, all of us, because guess what? We've tapped out.
yeah, you guys are in rough shape right now.
Sorry. That's the other issue is we're all planning, but also not telling each other the full details because then we don't want to like metagame.
What the
I think.
fuck?
It's like that old story of the husband who sells his watch to buy his wife a comb, and the wife who sells her hair so that she can buy her husband like a watch polish or whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's
yeah.
so funny to watch from like afar how you guys are planning behind each other's backs.
Well, at least from my perspective, it's like I'll mention things, but also I don't want to do too much of like, why would our characters all know this kind of a thing if it's something that in this situation.
Oh yeah, avoid inadvertently using meta knowledge, and yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can understand and respect that. Of course.
I can't speak for everyone else, but that's kind of the perspective. That's why I'm kind of like, look, this is what Lance might do. I can't guarantee it because also there's a long way before I get to me, so that's also the reason why it's hard to plan things out in my perspective. It's going okay. It's but yeah, it's basically, at least for Lance, he's probably has his own idea, but he's not gonna go with his idea until of course it's his turn. So if someone else does something, he's of course gonna try and help them, but yeah. Yeah. Well, look,
Be right back.
things are very messy right now. Look, they just happen to, Tranquil, your characters just happen to represent, you know, how everyone talks about your characters are an extension of yourself. That's all we're saying.
Is that how you feel, Tranquil? Is that just you, really? Are you just the bad guy?
Look, sometimes it's that thing of like, sometimes you just want to go ape shit.
Oh man, I know Kaz got a dark side. Kaz puts on a mask, but underneath that mask, it's just darkness.
Well, speaking of the darkness and all that, I did have the feeling of like, not knowing the full details of like how there are the hand is Arstrad, and how I was like, I'm kind of seeing some like parallels with the stuff they can do, except it's the version that we wish we could do.
Lord.
It's so funny to me that the thing where I wanted to kind of base Cam's eventual denier and shit, so being well then.
If you're familiar
okay.
with like old Power Rangers,
Oh.
these guys are your Psycho Rangers.
Oh my god. All right, well, let's see how many of the people in the chat will reveal their ages by knowing that reference or not. Man, you're making me have like memories of shit that I forgot about.
I'm dredging up old
Never let those memories go, my friend. They're what keep you young and vibrant.
Thanks to my improv group, I still have like the original Pokemon song in my head. It just lives rent free no matter what I do.
Yeah, been there.
Honestly, how could you ever forget the original Pokemon song?
No, but it just has more memories tied to it. So even if it's unrelated to directly Pokemon, those other things then eventually lead to that kind of thing. That and like Mulan's Make a Man Out of You and All Star. We had some weird songs. Those are the three off the top of my head. Oh, and
Oof, Verinter. Oh.
what does that say?
It says that you can be headstrong and idealistic, and you commit to your convictions. That's what it says to me.
I just saw my track over. I don't know if there's a delay for you to see it. I mean, for me, for the way I would put it for John, at least, he's your version of your childhood, or not childhood, your teenager years.
Oh god.
I mean, I've already made the joke enough times of him being the Sasuke.
So true. So true.
Oh, I guess we gotta forget. I guess we're pardoning this bitch. All right, everyone's just forgetting his war crimes. Okay.
Damn, if John is Sasuke, then who would be the Naruto of the group? Would it be Lazarus because of what he did? Or would it be Lance because of his disposition? That's a Damn. Damn. Man's did so many people wrong.
Well, the question is who's gonna forgive him, but also beat the shit out of him, and then inevitably we both lose an arm.
Oh yeah, yep. Then one commits to getting a new one, the other doesn't.
That never.
John, damn, I guess you're going armless. Whew.
God, I got so annoyed by that ending because of the children in it. I was just like, so these are just clones. You didn't make new people. You made clones. Why are these the same exact people but maybe different genders? They had like none of them had their own styles. They like, this is the family garb. You will wear this for the rest of your life. That bugged me so much about
yeah.
that and other shonen stuff because I wanted
the talk no jutsu. Talk no jutsu.
So fucking Sasuke's plan of like, well, we got rid of the main villain. Time for me to become a villain for everyone to unite against. It's like, what? We just finished this, you asshole.
Yeah. I don't know what happened at the end of that stuff, man. The writer, he just kind of went off on his own. It's aliens and I don't know, man.
I accept.
I thought this was about ninjas.
Yeah, it bugged me also that they basically, as far as I could tell, got rid of a lot of the handjutsus and really relied on like bloodline stuff.
I'm saying like hand signs just completely fell off like after pretty much the beginning of Shippuden.
Yeah, because I was like, isn't the whole point of like a stronger technique would probably take a longer time to perform or something, or like.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Wait, what?
I swear, wasn't it like you doing hand signs boosted the shit out of the jutsu or whatever?
Like the whole thing that like Kakashi doing Chidori, it also took him a while to like do before he did it. And then like after was like, nope, just channel it. Fuck it, let's go.
You're focused on execution speed rather than actual potency.
I was like, wait, how does that work? It's supposed to be like a blade, so what?
Yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah. I don't know. Naruto plot holes. It was weird.
Look, I accept
I love the animation.
Yeah.
The animation for some of the fights is really clean.
look, I can understand if people why people like it, but because I'm a
Mhm.
writer and some stuff of like, what are we doing? Why is this
Yeah.
going like this?
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. I'm in the same space where it's like, okay, this is kind of uh not making any sense at
I
all.
can't turn my brain off because you set the premise you set up is not the same as what I was promised.
Yeah.
Again, that's the whole problem. The whole problem with shonens, because I can the way I look at it is like I don't like how Naruto turned out, but I accept it. I hated how Bleach went.
Oh God, don't talk to me. Bleach.
Okay, you agree then?
Filler
Okay.
the anime. Filler the anime. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, my problem was with Ichigo. He was the epitome of I have every power, but also I suck. Because I was like,
Yeah.
how are you getting your ass beat? You have 5 different power sources right now.
Yo, what was it, that new season that came out? I actually tried watching it, and like how he was getting bitched around. I was like, what is going on? Like that he's supposed to be like at his peak right now. What happened?
Nah, he's not actually. Like, I follow the manga pretty loosely, and
I
put
read it
simply,
till the
like-
end, and I got so fucking pissed.
yeah. I mean, we gotta think about it. Like, yeah, Ichigo's strong as shit, right? But he doesn't have nearly a fraction of the experience for combat that a lot of these other guys have. He's learning as he goes. These
Yeah.
guys have had years to master this shit. So of course he's gonna get bitched by a bunch of people who got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like picking up like COD for the first time and joining a lobby with a bunch of like 12th prestige people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can understand that, but also the fact that there's a line where it was like he was matching up with like I forget his name, Rukia's brother.
Byakuya.
Yeah, Byakuya, when he got his Bankai, and they were like squaring up, and then if you're gonna establish he can do that, but then later on there's these other things that he gets his bitch slapped. I was like, where's the scaling on this?
Yeah.
And then also he has like 5 different power sources, and then because I don't know if you got to the part where he lost his Shinigami powers.
Yeah, after he used Mugen.
Yeah, and then when that happened, he had to then channel the fact that he had a dead mother as a power source. You know that's how it went. I'm not lying.
I know.
And I was like, what? And then he never uses it again once he gets his Shinigami powers again. And then he also has like Quincy powers, and that never really gets addressed in a way that makes it Quincy powers being part of it. Like you have you're also part like Hollow, and yet why aren't you like fucking doing something like Zoro and like triple wielding all these things at once and fucking people up?
I don't. Yeah. You know, honestly, like
That's the hill I'll die on.
I literally feel the same way, the exact same way.
Like he may not have the hundreds of thousands of years experience, but there's no way anyone could possibly compare if they don't have that many power sources to fight against.
I'm saying, and like the dude literally fucking pretty much became God for like a split second and just killed another god.
Yeah, that was also
How-
I was so confused
do
by
you-
that.
Yeah. But I guess it kind of their explanation, I suppose, was that think of it like this entire time he's only been like trickling his power, and he has a lot. So when he'd used Mugen, that was pretty much him just throwing it all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
get
it was-
that.
And when like how we're talking about how he's got like 5 different power sources, that's why the amount of power is so vast, and he was able to actually pull that shit off. Because otherwise, he would have got fucking packed up like every other motherfucker who came up against Aizen.
Yeah, I just wish that they fucking stick to your guns. Like either he has no powers, or even he gets his dead mom powers, and then that's his new thing, and he never becomes a Shinigami again. Like he has to just live his life in a different way, and we go through a different arc. But nope.
Dead mom powers.
What always got me about anime like Bleach, not just Bleach itself, because there are other anime like that,
Yeah.
is like how the entire time that they're doing this shit, these guys are in high school, and they somehow like manage to show up for their classes and do
No,
all
the
this
fuck
shit
they
on the
don't.
side.
No, the fuck they don't. In Bleach, he gets a fucking like some fucking like fake like doppelganger and sticks it with Cone.
Yeah, I
And
remember
Cone
that.
goes
Oh,
around
Yeah,
sure.
I know.
parading around as him.
Well,
But still,
Man, just skip school all the time.
Like,
Go
what the
kill
fuck?
ghosts.
well,
nah,
see,
that's crazy.
that's why
bro.
they established them as seen as delinquents, so it's easier for them to fuck her off, like Yosuke, or not Yosuke, from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, Yusuke.
Yusuke,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It's been so long, I forgot for sure.
Fucking
Man.
Kagome from Inuyasha. Bitch would just like disappear from her whole entire reality. Where's this bitch's parents at?
I love anime, but also you can tell they never thought about it like further than the premise.
So true, man. I think like Digimon was the closest I came to that because they used the excuse that they were at summer camp or some shit
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the middle of winter time, I'm at summer camp, mom.
Like, and they actually showed the parents, and they were like somewhat engaged in the characters' lives, but like, nah, yeah, you're absolutely right. In most cases, they don't really reference that shit. Like, these people be out here with like no parents, living
Yeah.
by themselves.
Uh,
Like,
like I love anime, but God, is anime dumb?
It can be sometimes.
it can. But
Well-
I mean, it's all about suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. Well, I think
They just don't make them like how they used to either. Like old
Nah, they
anime was
really
always
don't.
like
I think the other issue is that more modern anime, it's also because it's set in modern day, you have to then put it through the lens of like, wait, that doesn't make sense. How this is.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's why they tend to set a lot of them like in the early 90s or like in the early 2000s where tech is just starting to hit that stride. It's not fully
Yeah.
immersed enough yet that it could interfere with suspension of disbelief.
Oh, guess what? You're gonna get isekai, bitch.
Yeah, but now you've got a cell phone and you're in fucking
I hate
the kingdom of ass fuckery.
I hate isekai stuff so much.
Like, I like good isekai.
Yeah, but the
But
problem
it's been so
Yeah.
saturated. You're absolutely correct on that end.
that's
Yeah,
why
it's
I'm
super
going to use the
saturated with
blanket
bad
statement
ones.
because it's like I can say I like like a specific isekai, but I'm not going to say I like the genre.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because also but also the thing of the suspension disbelief thing, it's like, look, it doesn't have to make sense. It can be fucking stupid because I watch and read JoJo.
So true. You just gotta present it. It's all about presentation.
yeah, and that anime makes no fucking sense. What the hell?
Absolutely
Talking
not.
baby? What the fuck?
Yo, don't talk shit about that baby, man. That baby gonna body you. That baby is terrifying.
The fact that Araki has like sets up rules and then he forgets about the rules because he doesn't keep track of them. Like like range determines power, but then later on there's like, wait, no, that thing has like insane power and it has like 100-meter range. What are we doing? What was
Man.
God? I need to catch up with 8 because I read it, but then it was so long, and I was like, I can't do this right now.
I'll be real. Keep it 100. I've never watched past 3. I can't. For some reason I just can't get into. I mean, like 5 looks okay, right?
Yeah.
And then of course Yorno's is just like, it's literally a fucking masterpiece, a meme masterpiece. But like the dog with the freakishly human face. But yeah, man, I don't know. I can't get into the other series. Like, just can't. Jotaro is like, he's the final JoJo for me personally.
I mean, I can't.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I can kind of get it, but it's also like, I guess the only thing I can say about it is like, it gets weirder, so just keep watching. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah.
I love weird anime, bro.
Seriously. I mean, we watched Mawaru Penguin Drum, and that shit literally is like an acid trip. I don't know what the fuck is going on half the time.
I have
but
no
it's
idea what the
hilarious.
fuck I watched. I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell
That
that
shit was
anime
weird.
was.
Again,
It was
if it gets
hilarious.
weird enough, it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It's just like, all right, I'm
Mhm.
on this ride.
Yeah, it was like, oh fuck, I'm 5 episodes in. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Also, I don't know if it says anything about me, but like in a way, I think my favorite JoJo is 6 because it has a female leading cast, and it's like, oh cool, we have like females like fighting instead of just the dudes all the time.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like that's part of the reason why I'm kind of on the fence about picking up the rest of them because they seem like they have interesting pro tags, but I just can't ever find the time. Oh my god, I know you didn't just bring up a Bobo.
That one was like when I was trying to be too
Oh.
serious as a kid, so I never understood it and was just like, what is going on?
It's that satire, man. It's
Yeah.
it's literally a satire.
I think I missed that context of it with being satire because that and like Gintama, those are the two I can think of.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into it, man. I couldn't get into bubble. I watched it, but I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but because I didn't have like the full appreciation of it, what it's referencing, it just seemed lol XD random to me.
See, for me, that was my shit, man. I was the kind of kid that watched like Invader Zim.
Well, no,
Fooey
Invader
Cooey
Zim,
and stuff.
that one I could get behind. It just is it I don't know, it's weird because like Invader Zim was still weirdly crass and dark, but I think it
Yeoman
was
Vasquez, man.
Yeah, I think it was
He's a trip.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe Bobo was just weird, lighthearted in a way that my brain couldn't process at the time. I think it's also because it was like I knew the reputation like weebs had, so like I didn't want to get like that association too far.
Yeah, a lot of people were like that around our age.
I did not want to be
Real
associated with the people who had the free glomp signs.
Oh.
Glomping.
Yeah.
Glomping.
Again, this shows our
Nice.
age. I know what glomping is.
Yep.
Oh, another thing that showed our age when I was talking with Nev was we talked about DeviantArt.
Oh god.
DeviantArt, huh?
Yeah.
You see, here's the thing too, because I think it was last week Monday, you know, I was hanging out with the group, and I think we were talking about Monty You remember Monty
We also
And
talked
how
about
he-
Monty
Fantasy. Oh yeah.
You remember Dead Fantasy?
Yeah. The
They
fact that
didn't
he
know
always
what
had to
Dead
make it
Fantasy
women.
was.
I was like, okay, cool, dude.
They didn't know what Dead Fantasy was. They knew exactly what Ruby is, RWBY, but they didn't know what Dead Fantasy was. I was like, how can you watch Ruby, but you don't even know the roots of this?
This is the whole reason he ended up at Rooster Teeth, so I appreciate it.
Rest in peace, Monty by
Yeah.
the way.
R.I.P.
Bro. I was friends with him on DeviantArt.
I got to meet him and he signed my Red versus Blue.
Oh yeah, Red versus Blue too. He did that, right?
Yeah, he did the animation one after like season 5. I met him at a con and him and the rest of them signed some the DVDs for me.
Yup. Oh my god, bro. He was so easy to like come across back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, and he was a really nice guy too. Like really chill, down to earth. I used to shoot the shit a little bit with him. Talk about some of the stuff he was doing back when like Dead Fantasy first dropped and he wasn't like super popular and shit like that.
Yeah. Dead Fantasy, and then okay, now I remember the other one. I was thinking of the other one first. I was like, oh yeah, and Haloid.
Oh man, yeah.
That
Damn.
that was like the version of like again showing our age stick figure fights, but like modeled and animated in 3D.
Oh my God.
Yo, the intense stick figure fights. Oh man.
Grounds.
Oh god.
Ebon's World.
There was something I showed a friend that was like a Newgrounds kind of thing that I forget the name. It's gonna bug me. God. But it was like a pixelated animated thing where it's like, you know, horrific like babies and stuff and like guns and everything. And like my English teacher was watching me show it to my friend. He just shook his head and I was like, don't judge me. You don't understand.
Pico's school. Oh man, that shit. Those were freaking crazy. Happy Tree Friends.
Oh my god.
And their non-PC cousin. The Animal Babies.
That one I don't remember.
I do. Oh God, do I remember that one?
The fact that you say it's
That's-
non-PC when Happy Tree Friends isn't already violent makes me worried.
Yeah, it's that bad.
Jeez.
But the early 2000s were a different time.
Yeah, that was different. I mean, we grew up watching Ren and Stimpy, so like.
Oh yeah. God, the close-ups and zoom-ins, and then you can see who got influenced by it. Like I could never quite. I enjoyed parts of Ren and Stimpy, and then there are parts I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
I don't know what the. I was like pretty stoic watching those cartoons when I was younger. Like I had no reaction.
Well, I think I don't know about you two, but for me, I was the one who was just like everyone be like, "Yeah, did you hear about Pain Olympics and stuff?" I was like, "I'm gonna avoid that."
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Again, that's why I was like, "I'm gonna avoid that. I'm just not gonna. I'm just not gonna know. I just don't. I don't need to know."
Shock websites were like a guilty pleasure for me. So I'd like only visit them late at night when I was like not doing anything else and my parents were asleep.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
my mom would feel some type of way about, you know how like in Sailor Moon they're naked when they transform?
yeah.
Like she felt some type of way about me watching that. So like yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I was in a household where they're like, we can't watch The Simpsons kind of stuff,
Oh,
or South
fuck,
Park.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost went through that because my mom, there was that point in time where they thought Pokemon was the devil or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It
they're
wasn't.
like, Satan.
It wasn't that bad, but I had to deal with other stuff of like, I have so many gaps in like knowledge because my family didn't let me have like access to stuff. Like again, Simpsons, or like I couldn't touch the car radio, so I didn't know what like music was for people my age. So I was
What
just,
the fuck?
Yeah, I'm there too. I've been there too.
so there.
That's so strange.
I mean, that's how it was. There, look, when you have a father who makes you say yes sir or no sir to him, because
Oh.
he was in the military or the Navy, because guess what, Filipinos.
Yeah.
You when you're raised as if you're a subordinate, you don't get much say.
Okay, wow.
Like,
I had a weird upbringing in that case because like there were some things my mom would be so adamant like no you can't do this or that, but then it's like okay, but you're letting me watch stuff like The Simpsons, Ren and Stimpy, all that stuff, but I can't do this one thing.
I mean, I'm not surprised if I'm not too surprised when it's like any like I hear like any minority families just like, this is the thing that is not going to be allowed in this household.
Yeah, you could do everything else, but you can't watch wrestling. Like that was one thing. You can't watch wrestling. That's bad.
Oh my god, I want to do a VTuber wrestling thing. So just everyone give me your designs and like tell me what your
my
finishing
God.
move is, and then
yes.
me and a friend will do the commentating. And if you want, you can even send me ahead of time like promos and stuff of you, of who you're fighting, of like you talking smack.
That would be hilarious.
I need to do this.
Wait, hold on,
absolutely
bro.
need to
Hold
do
on,
this.
hold on. What if we did like death battle style VTuber battles?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I just also don't know how we would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Stick figures, I guess.
I'm not going to animate that. I don't have the patience. I'm going to be real. If someone else, I'll pay them, but I'm not going to do it myself.
We could do it like the old Emperor text to speech videos.
Oh my god. I didn't. Oh god. And then I was gonna joke and be like, and no one's gonna watch it because the demographic isn't there for VTubers. And then I remember, no wait, all the VTubers, there's that dividing line between VTubers who are like, I just turned 18, and then everyone's like, I'm 30 and have 5 kids right now.
Fight me! Fight me in the ring right now!
You realize
coming for
how
that title.
much this all costs? Of course, I'm in my 30s. Fuck you.
I'm ready to go into debt
Yeah,
for my hopes and dreams.
that's a mood.
Crippling financial debt. Let's go.
Woo! There's so. I don't know how much I've shown all of you the stuff I have planned, because I'm basically going to be doing 3 debuts for my debut. It's going to be fun. Don't worry about my money, even though everyone says stop spending money on art.
It's hard not to.
It is. Oh, okay. You didn't say the first part. I just saw the message you DM'd me about the animal babies. Okay, yeah, I see why you didn't say the first part. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I can see why you said non-PC cousin.
Yep.
Honestly, if you didn't tell me that was the full name, I wouldn't have thought that would be the adjective.
Yeah. It was one hell of a show, man.
Oh, I bet if with that kind of name, they're gonna show some stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep, they certainly did.
It's the kind of stuff that you're like, how did this not get like taken down?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
Because
Absolutely.
the way Happy Tree Friends went, I was like, if now it was like, all right, this is not getting made because it got demonetized immediately.
Oh man.
Also, I'm gonna send both of you some art that's getting worked on that I figured you two would like just because of the feel it has. Actually, there's two I'll send you. I'm just telling you now.
Hell yeah.
Where is it? I'll send it both because I don't know if you're. I figured they can apply to our conversations, especially with the evil stuff, and the first one kind of has a feel.
Yep. It definitely has a feel.
I like that a lot.
I'm glad. I have so much art. Maybe one of these days I'll turn them into prints and maybe get some money back. But also I gotta pay the merch fees. Because
Speaking of merch, let's see if I can't get some of the merch that recently came in for Overture.
There's Overture art for merch?
Yep, there's like a keychain of shitface.
Oh,
Yep.
right. I remember Medicus mentioning that.
And then I think there's gonna be some more coming with like a keychain of Kaz and stuff like that.
That makes sense. I was gonna mention like, oh, we need a mascot, and then I was like, well, I guess technically Kaz is the mascot. I was also let's see, my favorite. The lovely YouTubers are like, I'm an ex. Ritter, it's fine. We can have like divisions, but also
So true.
we can have divisions, and also I'm gonna be like, fuck it. I don't believe you have those powers because I've never seen you fucking use them. Kaz is a great mascot, the best.
So true.
I'm also
Wait
trying
till
to.
you guys revisit those lizard men back in the Rock.
How long has it been since we've seen them? Like half a year?
A few months.
Okay.
I'd say like 2 or 3 months, I think.
Has it only been that? Because
No, actually, no. Yeah, it's been like 3 or 4 now.
well, because it's the red waste and then the underdeep.
Well, oh yeah, when we account for the time dilation too, yeah, it's definitely been longer than that. It's probably been like half a year to almost 8 months.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was more under the assumption. I'd be like, if when you said 2 months, I was like, what?
I wasn't accounting for the time dilation.
Yeah, because also out of character even it was like that was so long ago. Considering like only Kaz had an ascended form.
Yeah, way back when Kaz was the only one.
Because I was not under the assumption we would. Well, I guess I knew there could be ascensions. I just wasn't. I also wasn't expecting me to be the next one up. Essentially,
That's how they get
again,
ya.
yeah. Well, that's usually how it works. Because in was it stories, it's always the person who wants it least will get it.
Yep.
And that's. Oh yeah. This is also why Kaz can't try and do anything risky again, because guess what? She already had her turn, now it's someone else to do it. But wait, she did that again with the fucking blue vein. I understand it was for good reasons, but also Lance was just like, you did what? Why'd I give you that? Oh my god. Silas, you could you and whoever you want could be in the tag team division again. Since you're a god breaker, you could then fight the god VTubers.
Yes, exactly. Literally built for this. Let's go.
Have your what's it called, your entrance gear, and then the version when you take it off for the actual fight.
Yep, yep.
Got to figure out whose heels and whose faces and all that stuff. I don't know how much terminology of wrestling you know.
Oh, I know a lot. I used to watch it religiously. Big avid fan of The Rock back when he was not what he is now.
The television or movie personality.
Yeah.
And
The, like, puffed up movie personality.
yeah. He's getting that bag, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, I can't throw shade. He's getting that bag.
Because
I just miss the man he used to be.
no, I get that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
He
been
was an actual entertainer.
yeah. I've been having some fun introducing some friends to it through like video essays and like some of like the I showed a friend, I wasn't sure how they would enjoy it, but I showed them the supermarket fight. I was like, I assume you know the one exactly I'm talking about.
Yep, I know exactly. Oh man.
That, and then also one of their favorites is it's a more modern wrestler, Orange Cassidy. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his gimmick.
No, not yet.
His whole gimmick is you know how like the people will talk about like I have like strong style or I have this kind of style. His style is known as sloth style, and he literally fights with his hands in his pocket, and as he does like weak kicks to you, but then like
oh wait, yeah, I think I've seen this guy fight in a couple videos.
There's a I'll link it to you, but we're not gonna watch it right now, of course. But there's a fight that I show everyone to be like, if you don't like this, I don't know if you're gonna like wrestling.
I've always been a big fan of High Flyer.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta love the lucha stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one? Yeah, this looks like the one. Because this is tying. This is the thing I've told my friends about. That wrestling is just IRL VTubers.
Literally, you're so right about that.
We all have our dumb gimmicks and then our different personas.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we know a wrestler in real life.
Yeah, a good friend of ours is actually professional wrestler, signed with a local brand.
Nice.
That's kind of growing pretty fast, actually. In the last year, they've expanded to like from like local to like tri-state.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm. He was even trained by Goldust.
Really?
Like legit, yeah. Like legitimately went down to Florida to work with him for like 6 months. Or Texas, yeah, for like 6 months.
Was he trying to be in like the training for like WWE or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
He's trying to legit get into like WWE.
Because yeah, I was like, if he got trained by Goldust, there's no way he he took like 6 months off to be like, I'm gonna train these guys off here. But yeah, it makes sense if it was in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would either have to be Texas or Florida.
Yeah. But it went down, trained with Rhodes, then fucking came back up. Now he's a heel and heavyweight title contender.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing always is just like I hate that sometimes like you have those people you really like, but if they're not quote unquote in the like the contender or like have the belt for the heavyweight, then people don't have
They don't
give them
him
the same
level.
appreciation.
Yep. But nah, he's an incredibly talented wrestler, man. It's impressive. Like he really could stand up in the ring like live and fucking kill it. I've seen a couple of his shows live and he's holy shit, for a dude his size, he's incredibly agile. He's built like a fucking freight train, man. He's literally, because in his downtime he's also a professional trainer.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, so he's built like a shit brick house, man. It's crazy.
I was gonna say he can kind of pull off high flying in a sense for his size.
He can. He actually like very much can. He did a freaking shooting star press in the last match I watched him do.
Really?
And the dude's he's like fucking, I think he's like pushing like 287 right now. But it's like he's like fucking built, man. Like
let's see, I'm gonna find the picture of him. Hold on.
Okay.
Like it's crazy.
He played Eradikai in our D&D.
He is the player of Eradikai.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is just before I forget. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't never got into wrestling. Makes sense. But yeah,
Lucha's so good.
Lucha's good. That's the thing. You either have to be like the skinny, like high flyer Lucha, or be a slab of meat. Those are the two that everyone will appreciate. And if you're in between, it's like good luck. And yeah, a wrestler playing a dwarf. Yep. That's why when you said it, I was like, oh, really? And then it was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Bro, he's literally like Gandhi was about to send you a picture of him taking it with two Hall of Famers. He's the one in the middle.
It's still loading for me, but nice. Yeah, I would hope he's the one in the middle, because if he's either on the sides, I'd be like, damn, he's wrestling still at that age? Also, where'd you find this guy? Why is he playing D&D with you? I'm glad you had to clarify. Thank you, Silas.
It's my grandpappy.
I'd have so many more questions, but okay. Wait, who are
The
the
wrestler playing a dwarf makes entirely too much sense. You're so right about that.
Time to make Lance into a lucha now. He can do the high flying literally.
Yo, oh man. Yeah, that would be so peak.
I gotta really I'm really trying to figure that out, because since Lance is like a jack of all trades right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not like I necessarily have to like specialize now. It's just more of like a,
What do you want to be really good at?
Yeah.
This is what you're trying to, yeah.
or like
Like, what do you want to be more of like focused, I suppose?
maybe not. I guess maybe focus. It's just sometimes it's like, yeah, I could do these things. It's just sometimes I wish I could do more of those things than like,
Or to greater effect, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that what you mean?
yeah. Sometimes it feels like I'm great in that specific situation, but then sometimes I can't go further than that. Is my worry.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, okay, yeah, no, I can see why you would feel that way.
Yeah, because if I dip in
Especially
everywhere,
given-
kind of thing.
Yeah, you're kind of good at just about everything, but you don't really feel like you're like really hammering any one particular thing down.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's fine
I
for
mean,
now.
it's I suppose a good way to put it in the short term is that see if you can't figure that out before you leave the Red Waste.
Hmm.
If you can, by the time you get back to New Barovia, you can make meaningful work towards that end. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Well, I think it's going to be very much a thing of like, I guess it's not just splitting it into splitting the three of building relationships and slash technically getting followers, but Lance is going to think of it that way. Then training his non-godling for abilities, and then deity training.
Nah, yeah. Trying to hit all the main pillars, and that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Whether he likes it or not, he's still also going to be the spokesperson every time. It's like you got to talk. Shove. What are we doing? Make cats do more wrestling, especially animal wrestling. What do you mean?
Wrestling.
Oh, right. Is that when you're in or out of your ascension, or both? Because I can see both.
Wrestling with like a displacer beast.
Oh my god.
Fighting with a blink dog.
I'm sure Kashi doesn't want to be unfair. Okay, fine, fair enough. But also, to be fair, Kaz, you might need to have wrestling in your dragon form, because guess what? It might not be unfair if you're fighting things that are that strong.
Or the same size as you.
Yeah. Unfair.
Can you imagine a dragon suplexing a god?
We got pretty close with Kaz flying to the sun. All it needed was a Azuna drop. And then it would have been perfect. I'm just saying,
So true, so true.
Kaz have wrestling as long as you.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I can't see why a dragon wouldn't be able to learn some grappling techniques. They do have a opposable thumb-like claw. They can stand bipedally, and they can, they got a great range of motion, so they can like grapple and move, shift, and squirm in whatever positions they need to. So, and I mean, I've seen, if you've looked into D&D lore at all, dragons that use spell books, dragons that use scrolls, dragons that use swords and weapons. So martial combat is something they can do.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
sew Kaz a lucha mask, and I become her manager.
She carries a folding chair with her everywhere.
Uh,
Or no. She has the summon chair cantrip.
yeah, why not? From drag wrestlers, there aren't that many other things I can wrestle. Was it because I was also gonna be like,
Verinter, my friend, you vastly underestimate the number of very large creatures there are in D&D. The number of just huge sized creatures alone is quite extensive.
we also
And
have
that's not even accounting for homebrew.
we've also talked about wanting kaiju fights, so
Oh yeah, and I have stuff for kaiju fights. I do.
of course you do.
Oh, you know I do. We got giant robots. Of course we gotta have kaiju.
Yeah, I know. I'm just I gotta like. People will always go be like, "Why do you always know?" It's like, come on. I've hung out with people long enough. I know people. I know what they're gonna do.
Yep. Especially as a writer. You know what I mean? You see certain elements line up. It's kind of like, okay, no, I see this coming. I see this coming a mile away.
I know your habits. I can use.
Yep.
This is also why I joke about Lance being a villain, because it's like, I know your habits. I could use this against you. The
I'm
thing,
in your head.
even the things you don't say are things that you're telling me. All I need to know is your your bio. What's it called? Shit. Your intro paragraph, and I already have enough information.
Yup. Hyper analyze through just a simple handful of things.
I mean, like, let's be real. Most people don't think of them, think that hard about themselves, so they have habits that can be disseminated into categories, which makes it easy to figure out the kind of person they are.
So true. Very, very true.
People are so busy about worrying about things, they don't realize the things that they're telling people with their actions and habits. So yeah, that'd be fun to use against people. Why
Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. You know what I mean? In the future, maybe we'll see what happens. You know?
Yeah, well, maybe
things happen.
Look, right now Lance is in his babyface arc, but who knows? Maybe he has to go into the anti-hero arc. Because I can't think of like the anti-hero equivalent of in wrestling. I guess it would just be Stone Cold.
Pretty much, yeah. Nah,
It's
yeah,
like, I
that's
don't know
right
what-
on the head.
I don't know any
Just comes
terms.
in and fuck shit up.
Look, I'm gonna help you, but fuck you.
Yep.
Also, he does drink a lot, so
Man, the Lance journey really is paralleling Silas so much. It's so sad. It hurts my heart.
yeah, but he hasn't gone that. He has. Granted,
He hasn't had to cross that moral
how
threshold,
how
which
fast
is good.
did he get to that moral conundrum and take that no way back decision?
It was a while.
Okay,
It wasn't
so-
until like I want to say close to the defeat of Strahd.
How long
that
did
he
that?
started to- It took about a year and some change
In-
of like real life playing.
Yeah.
And then like in game, it was like I want to say about like 2-ish years.
Sure. Okay. So Lance hasn't. He's avoided it so far.
Yep, and it helps when your party isn't a bunch of murder hobos constantly putting you in moral quandaries.
Yeah, we only have partial.
Yeah, you only got a few instead of it just being the whole party.
John, I want you to face me in Oberovia. I don't know if you saw what Verinter said. I want Lance to do the Paul Bearer voice.
Oh man, the Paul Bear voice. No.
It's SummerSlam. So dumb. Wrestling's dumb. It's great. Again, this is that's the other thing about wrestling. It's like, look, you either need to be a good ass wrestler who can do cool shit, or you need to have like a good gimmick and mic skills for me to care about you. I don't care how dumb the gimmick is. We've already dealt with the Undertaker. No one questioned that.
Nah, you're absolutely right. I agree, man. I 100% agree. If you can pull off some crazy moves in the ring, or you have some skills like high charisma score,
Yeah,
we can talk. We can definitely talk.
because yeah, look, you either have a personality, because let's be real, like Hogan was not that great of a wrestler.
Hogan was a mid wrestler and an even more mid mic man.
Yeah, but he just had enough of a gimmick to be like,
Yep.
fight for what is right and all that shit. So yeah, of course he's gonna pop.
Exactly. He's apparently a dick in real life.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
I hear so many stories now of like he also like he wouldn't like sell for other wrestlers. It's like, come on, man.
He sold him out many times. Like he did some fucked up shit in the industry, man.
Oh no, when I
For
mean
real.
sell, I mean like sell moves as like him getting hurt. Like he always had to be like the badass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he did sell other people out as like, I don't like that guy. I'm not gonna wrestle with him
Like,
anymore.
the shit that I've heard about like and like read and like watched. That guy is the reason why Vince has a stranglehold on the industry. He literally ruins many attempts at them unionizing and stuff like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, yeah,
Because he was on top. He was just like, I'm gonna make sure I stay on top.
pretty much.
Yeah.
He would like fuck over the other guys in order to keep his position.
I mean,
It was
yeah.
really messed up.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess I'm not too surprised considering WW back then, WWF, like
Yeah, it
like
was
acquiring
cutthroat.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cutthroat back then.
The fact that it's wild to me that like Triple H, like he got into the family even though he had to take the fall.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of a guy probably on tons of blue vein. You cannot tell me with that amount of muscle he did not take blue vein constantly.
Oh, absolutely, man. That like back in the early 2000s, the number of fucking wrestlers juicing was so
Yeah.
high. It was crazy, man. It's
The-
the reason why like a lot of them didn't like Lesnar. The rage, man, the rage. Fucking taking shit too far.
Yeah, well, he was also in MMA, so it's just like, why are we letting this guy be the? Why are we letting him do this again?
I mean, you would think that like being that he's in MMA, he would be able to wrestle decently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
but
least decently. But the number of people he hurt and like
yeah, the thing is,
accidents and shit
he
like
doesn't
that,
pull his
man.
punches, and he also
yeah.
he sucked on the mic also, so it's just like
Oh yeah.
it was like a way shittier version of like Goldberg.
Yeah. That's the vibe I got off of Lesnar. It was like a carbon copy of Goldberg, but just not as charismatic.
Yeah, and even then Goldberg still he botched so many things. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but god damn it.
yeah.
What's it called?
Man, wrestling was a thing, man. wrestling.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but to transition back to the VTubing thing of like doing a VTubing like wrestling stable and all that. Just I'm sure I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you already have like ideas for names of your finishers or your signature
Oh, yeah.
moves.
Oh yeah, you kidding me? Had a couple of fucking shower thoughts, just
Of course.
thinking of random weird shit.
I mean, chances are, assuming if you're free, which if that's the case, I'd probably have to be like, all right, don't worry, I'll have this one set up on Monday because I know that's when you're free. Of you being like an announcer type or kind of like a guest commentator because
Oh, I would fucking love that.
I know you would. Chances are I probably have you and Rinter doing it because you two are probably the ones I can trust that has the knowledge to do like talk about this kind of stuff. What? But yeah, because the idea for like the first ever one we would do is like have a bunch of our friends that we know make their characters and then like have them do like CPU fights, so and then just like announce it. But also my friend is into wrestling but very casually, so she would just describe it in the most like very loose terms, which I think would be fun. And then at the end we would get into an argument and then have our fight, and then like you two would probably be the announcers or commentators for that one.
Perfection, absolute perfection. I would love this.
It would be a lot to coordinate, but I want to try that sometime.
Well, you just keep me in the loop. You already know, my man.
I
You
know.
already
Yeah. So many ideas and plans, and I know you're excited for all of these because they're very much into the same wheelhouse of like, this is the dumb shit we enjoy.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if you want to talk about it still, but if you want to bring it up or another time of your stuff you're thinking for your campaign, or give me an idea.
You know what? We can still squeeze like maybe one thing in.
Okay.
because I don't want to eat up all your time, and of course, I still haven't eaten dinner myself yet.
Okay. Yeah. You already know that. Just tell me whenever you two need to go, because I get
Okay,
it.
no worries. So, without going too deep into detail, all
Yeah.
right, because I want it to still be a bit of a surprise when it does finally get unveiled.
Sure. There might be some
There's an
stuff we could.
emperor.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, no. We'll do that one later. We'll do that one later.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give mixed messages. I don't want to give mixed. This
Okay.
might confuse. Anyway, you'll
Okay.
it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense down the line.
No,
Trust me.
no, that's fine. I wasn't sure if this is stuff that you said not spoil it. If that was either because you don't want to say it in the stream, the slash VOD, or even for me, surprises.
Loosely. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. There's certain elements I'll be vague about, and if you want, you can fill those spots in with whatever information you need to be able to, like, you know what I mean, proceed.
Mhm.
But let's see, which one will we start with? Because if I sent you a picture of the map, you'd be like, holy hell.
Okay.
In
Wait.
fact, I will send you a picture of the map.
Oh wait, Silas has so much planned. I would have never guessed.
Oh, yeah. You know me.
Oh, I know.
It never stops.
Look, we have a lot of parallels, but we also have some things where we diverge. You're a planner. I'm a like. I got this idea in my head. It's gonna stay in my head, but I'll elaborate later.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, this will be perfect.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna send you a section of the map.
Of course.
All right, section. So that way.
Question: how much of a section is this, or even that would spoil it?
We could say, like, relative to how much additional land mass there is, this is like a fifth.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that now you kind of have a little bit of context as to why I'm like, yeah. Let me just send a section first.
Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. There's a continent at the very least. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So this place
yeah.
is ruled by dragon.
Okay.
Specifically, that southeastern portion.
Southeastern. Okay.
All right.
I think I see the dragon.
Yeah, you probably see a few of them.
Okay. Yeah.
So these guys, right? They rule this continent. That's all I got for them right now.
Okay.
What would make a engaging adventure involving these dragons? You have a slight degree of moral flexibility in that there's some good dragons, there's some bad dragons.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
If this context helps, the western portion of this continent is full of dragon hunting settlements.
Okay. Even though it's ruled by dragons?
If you notice, there's a slight split down the middle.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Hmm.
That will be revealed later.
Okay.
Yeah. But they pretty much live next to each other in a kind of tentative cohabitation. There's some hostilities, there's some peace.
As long as you don't cross this line, we cool. But the second I see you, it's on site.
That's not too far off the mark.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of the way you were tiptoeing around it. I was like, okay, I think I have an idea. An idea for this kind of area. Okay, I have some questions, but also I don't know if like the stuff.
Feel free to ask.
Okay.
If I can answer it, I'll answer it. If I can't, I'll just tell you I can't answer it.
If they're ruled by dragons, is it also like they have like the? Are your dragons? Do they have differences from typical dragons, or do they have like some of that, or they still are dragons in the sense of like how they age and their powers and like
They're
you
about
know,
the same.
like hoarding stuff,
Like,
also that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're about the same regarding behavior and personality. There might be some deviation with coloration, but other than that, they're dragons as you traditionally understand them in D&D.
Okay. Because also, can I tell? Or I'm gonna tell you something that I have that's in my mind. It doesn't. It's not gonna necessarily relate to it, but I just have to say it so it's like out of my mind. Because I have a thing where I have a dragon character in something, but they basically how should I put it? They can't retain any memories anymore, basically. Just because they've lived long enough.
I get you.
And everyone, here's the term I use, and everyone goes, "What the fuck?" Is I mentioned they're a dementia dragon. Just because they've literally lived so long that they're, even though they're magical, their brains can't possibly contain all the information they have.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So
Yeah, the brain has a limit.
Yep, exactly. Doesn't matter how magical you are, eventually you're gonna start forgetting things, and they more think of things in abstract terms. So even though they're living in modern day, they refer to things still as like rogues and wizards, or like based on their kind of personalities, kind of a thing. Because that's the way they can associate things to help remember. And the reason why they hoard things isn't just because to hoard, it's because they can't trust their own memories, so they have to rely on holding on to like memories or like writing things down to actually have physical proof of what they had.
A degree of sentimentality to help them hold on to some memories.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So yeah, it was just my way of like twisting the mythology of the dragons and stuff, and it was just thinking of that, of like, if, because also I was wondering like if the dragons, because there's good and bad ones also, are they like are they good or bad or lawful or evil because of like their coloration?
Tapping into a little bit of more information, I suppose. A good way to put it, they have a superiority complex.
Ah, okay.
Some of them are like wholly down for the cause. And some are like, I think that's a little much.
But it in general, they kind of, as a species, have this kind of deep rooted feeling of they're better.
Some.
Yes. Okay. It's not like absolute.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The reason I was kind of wondering is like, because if you said it was all of them, so even the ones that are like against technically ruling, it's just like, no, I have this sense of I know better because I'm a dragon, even though you're another dragon, I'm a better dragon kind of thing.
I would say it's more aimed towards everything else. dragons know best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
You inferior little
Mm,
mud dogs don't know what you're talking about.
sure. How does that work if the dragons have differing opinions then?
Oh, they have their own advances. Well, I wouldn't say advanced, but they have their own society, like cities. They live in cohabitation with one another, estranged from everything else on the continent. Does that make sense?
I think so, but let me just double check to I understood that correctly.
I suppose. I think I see where you're going with. So it's think of it kind of like a political thing.
Mm,
Some prescribe to the idea, some don't.
okay.
But they all generally just live in together. You know, they live together. They don't beef with one another. They may disagree, but they don't fight with one another. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
They're still like, look, we're still dragons, so we're gonna stick together, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Okay.
Dragon superiority. We
Okay.
can't go around killing each other. We're too important.
Got it. Let me see with that kind of idea. If and so they don't, and in their society, there's no. You said cohabitation, but when you said that, you just meant with dragons with different beliefs, not cohabitation in the sense of other species with the dragons.
Correct.
Okay, that's the reason why I wanted to clarify.
As succinctly as I could put it, racist dragons.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, look, we have plenty of that in fantasy and sci-fi settings, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a trope that's new.
Yeah, no, I get that. So, and their society, is it just focused in the place that's in next to the large river lake? Or am I misreading
So, you see that large, I guess you could say, ruin at the very center of the jungle?
Yeah.
That's their capital city.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The one that you see west of that is, I suppose you could say, an outpost town.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you look on the other side of that, that channel, you'll see that land doesn't look too good.
Yeah, it kind of it looks fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the like, I feel like one of the, I guess I don't want to say easiest, but like off the like the ones you would think off the top of the head is just one of the dragon. Even though there's like peace within the dragons, there could be starting up of now tell me if this doesn't work or not, but one of the specific colors starts to like decide, hey, look, we're racist dragons. What if we're also just racist against the other color dragons?
Otherizing their own kind.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's gonna stop them is like, look, you may be better than the other species and races, but our color's better than your color. Wow, no.
The main factor that would detract from that specific result, I would say, would be what's on the other side of the channel.
Okay, so there's still, because there is that unrest, even if anyone had that idea, they're like, look, we got more important things to worry about, and then
Precisely.
yeah, okay.
General sentiment is like, this takes priority.
Okay.
Though I would imagine there is a little bit of internal bickering and like otherizing that takes place. That makes sense. Makes sense.
It just wouldn't manifest until the immediate
immediate issue would be resolved.
Okay, gotcha. Question. what other species are there, or is it aside from the dragons, or is it just basically anything that would be on above land?
Essentially, vast variety of different humanoids.
Humanoids. Okay, sure.
Because they kind of will take anybody willing to hunt. Does that make sense? Like, it's a very militantly motivated nation state for the obvious reasons kind of stated earlier.
Sure, sure. And this is for the people that are against the dragons, or you just mean in general?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the people against the dragons.
Okay.
It's kind of a sentiment of you can't trust those over the river type deal. Can't trust those guys over the river. And it's like on both sides, though.
Okay, sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And this. Oh my god, Nev. I don't want to know about this side of you right now, okay? I don't need to know about your beliefs like this.
Those damn red dragon. Always ruining my neighborhood.
That's like orange, right? So we're yellow?
Yeah, there's orange and yellow dragons.
Okay. No, I was just saying, like, Kaz. It was like, Kaz is like an orange.
Kaz is
Yellow?
unique.
Okay.
I would say she's very close to a cross between a gold and an solar dragon.
So, okay, sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The only reason I was just like, if orange is like, look, that's not too far off from red. So why are you acting like this, Nav? Please.
Yep. Kaz is a golden and you're a silver or platinum, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Sun and moon.
Oh, orange, but that does reflect off or true from. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. That's what I meant. Oh, the thing I guess I wanted to ask now that I'm thinking about it, do Dragonborn exist in this world?
I would say yes.
Okay. Because do you want to know what I was thinking?
Sure.
Because I assume if there's this a superiority thing, you could have a thing where you meet a family, but they're trying to get out of the country or the continent because it's a dragon that has taken a other species form, and they're because they fell in love with someone else.
Going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
really like that idea.
And they know they can't stay because guess what? Neither side will accept them. And or worse, the child could be taken for political or military reasons.
Nah, yeah, this could definitely work.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yep, the gears are turning. I really like this idea.
Yeah, and then you could also do other things with like, there could be this family or multiple families of and they're all wanting to start leave because their priorities are families, and there could also even be spies for either side in this whole situation if they can transform.
Dragons are known to take like lesser species under their control.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So,
yes and no, Remy. Yes and no. You'll find out eventually.
Because another idea with that is, if taking control, there could be two groups. There could be the ones that just fell in love with the other species and now want to cohabitate or want to escape from the fighting, and then there could be the other group that they have a twisted way of subjugating them is by uh eliminating the bloodlines by mixing it with dragon until it's diluted enough that it's basically all dragon.
Ooh.
Because if there's unrest and there's like a weirdness in the relationship, it could also create this thing of the unrest and uneasiness is let's say they have a child with someone, one of the humanoids, and they don't realize it, and then they disappeared. Oh, why does this child have, wait, are they a sorcerer? Are they part draconic? What are you doing? Like, are you not with us, kind of? And then create unrest and like suspicion between the people, and have it more be a fight that's like espionage kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was hoping to make something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It usually with scaled like content like this, you end up with like big combat encounters, but I'm gonna see if I can't slate it more towards like an espionage thing.
Yeah.
Like it's cloak and dagger type adventure. That would be pretty fun. Especially with what's slowly coming together in my head. Which when I've got it fully outlined, I'm gonna send it to you so
okay,
you can
I'm
kind of
down.
see.
Because also I figure with the dragons feeling superiority, they could also be like, we can wait this out. You live a fraction of our lives.
That's actually part of the reason why they put up with this tentative peace. They'll just outlive them, is their thinking.
Yeah.
But they didn't account for how fast humanoids propagate.
Yeah. Oh, that one died, but they made another one. Fuck.
Like, wasn't there like half of this many like 10 years ago?
Yeah. You pests are nothing but an eyesore. We need to fix
They
this.
really are pests. They really are pests.
Are you Diva's invested in this? Okay.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Yeah, no, I think I got something. So with that, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna bring up that last thing I was talking about that Kami had seen. With all of the intense, brutal stuff you guys have been facing, I thought it prudent to start introducing a sanity stat. And
Wait.
Roll20 supports it on the sheet.
Silas, why you got to do this, Alliance?
The thing is, you would actually have a pretty high one, given that you've been exposed so much,
Withstood
and
it
have
for so
not
long.
lost your mind.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, you would have a pretty high sanity score by comparison.
Okay.
It's the people who don't get a lot of exposure that need to be careful.
Okay, so I got lucky because before the system got implemented, I happened to get an exposure.
Yep,
You were already traumatized. Bro.
retroactive exposure. Yep.
Oh, thank you for the mental scarring. Now I can't feel it. I'm glad this is how that worked. Thank you, sir. May I have another lashing?
It's character development. We don't use those words around here. It's character development.
I
Character
just seen that meme that you got commissioned all over again.
Yep.
Yes,
I used it in the tweet for this. So, oh, let me also.
Perfection.
I just forgot. Let me also send that to you and Gandiva directly, so you could just have it.
Oh yes. Excellence. Absolute excellence.
So dumb.
I'm definitely putting that in the Twitter post on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
You gotta give me the artist's name so I can credit them
Sure.
properly.
Let me give you the ad right now. Let's see. There you go. But yeah, okay. Okay, sure. Just another thing I gotta balance to be because look, I'm totally
It's still very much in development. It's
Yeah.
not fully out yet, but it is something I'm playing around with, given the nature of everything and that.
You have a lot to juggle. I understand.
Yep. But I'm actually not that. I've managed to keep pace with things recently pretty well. I'm trying to push a little bit ahead so I have more time to variety stream.
Yeah.
But if things continue as they are, I should be working out. Should be working out. Because
Okay.
now I've started taking a certification course. You know what I mean? So like balancing all of this stuff is
Yeah.
going a bit. Yeah.
The fact that you're doing how many D&D related things, both in as a DM and as a player, and then also going to school and working, I was like, Silas, what the fuck?
The grind never stops. The grind never stops.
Yeah, I say that too as I cry in a
Yep.
in a fetal position. Okay. Which
That's
is
why my old ass started taking naps now.
I want a nap, but because I have a regular full-time job, I have to go, well, I can only nap for 30 minutes. Let's hope I'm
Yep.
not tired.
Yep, we're squeezing that 30 to an hour and a half and then call it a day. We're
Yeah.
good to go. Keep going.
I hope my
2 more
boss
cups of
isn't
coffee.
messaging me right now, because fuck them. Oh well. If they get pissed at me, I'll just point at my production numbers. Fuck you. That's how I feel about my work job.
True. No, absolutely, man. It's like, bro, if you're above your production numbers, fuck off. Don't get the fuck out of my face.
I'm not gonna try and say too much because, of course, I'm avoiding
No, of course.
too much personal
Understand.
information.
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, I have to handle emails, and they're like, "Hey, could you back up on phones?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go punch in as using the bathroom for the next 30 minutes. I'll talk to you later." Because I do not want to deal with anyone yelling at me because our service sucks.
And you're a nice dude, man. So for like you to have to put up with that shit, getting yelled at by some fucking entitled asshole who has no concept of what the fuck they're talking about, otherwise they
Yeah.
wouldn't be yelling at you. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, call centers are the worst. That's the reason why I avoid them, because like even my boss was messaging me like, "Hey, I know you don't they're not your favorite." I'm like, that's putting it lightly. I would rather double my output in emails than have to deal with a single phone call, because I tense up just with the expectation, because guess what? You're going to deal with one of those with like with enough time. So my body just prepares itself.
No, I absolutely get it.
And also, I'm like, do I have
Pretty good at
PTSD
de-escalation.
from like?
You might, like, legitimately. Like, some of that shit, man, it sticks with you, bro.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, if I have a bodily reaction just from the thought, I'm like,
Like, if you start sweating, you get anxious and shit. Yeah, man. That's
yeah.
legit.
But
That's legit.
but guess what? The supervisor doesn't understand that, because again, but tying back to my campaign stuff, you're gonna deal with that middle manager who is a bootlicker and does not have any impact, because they are not willing to put their neck out, because they're like, I hear you, I'm writing that down, thank you for your input, I don't know if I can change it, but thank you. And I'm like,
turns and then throws the fucking notepad into the trash.
I'm like,
Fucking
I mentioned people may not like that, and I'm like, okay, what it's like, I can't change it, but I'm here to listen. I'm like, I don't do this to me. I would rather you just be commiserating, like, yeah, shit sucks, man, I got shit also to deal with. I would rather deal with that, because I know, like, look, we're all going through some shit, this place sucks, versus someone being like, he was mentioning, like, I have a survey that we're going to start taking about how do you feel supported or not, and I'm like, you podcast bitch, I hate this so much. I had a breakdown in front of me. Don't ask me if I feel supported or not. I already told you, back the fuck up. I already told him, like, look, are you going to change things or not? If not, I don't want to talk about it because it sucks.
Yeah. It's like there's something that, like, disconnects certain people from their fucking humanity when they're in those positions, and they just lose all type of compassion and, like, fucking human understanding. Yeah. It's so weird. I can't wrap my head around it personally.
I just,
but I I totally get where you're coming from, man. It's the reason why I had to get out of that type of work myself. It's just like I was getting to that point where I was gonna fucking snap and just
Yeah.
go off on somebody. And I'm like, I don't like yelling at people. I don't like being that way. So it's like, nah, this isn't good for me.
Yeah.
If it's starting to build up resentment, it's not good for me. I gotta stop.
Yeah. I'm just in a weird position right now because it's mostly remote.
It'd be like,
So assuming like they don't get on my case, I can just do all my work in the first 2 hours and then just do whatever else.
no, that makes sense. I mean, if it can work to your favor, if you can swing the circumstances and make it palatable, more power to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big trade-off. It feels
It
like.
is. It is. It does feel like that sometimes.
What was it? That was a huge tangent, but also the sanity thing. Yeah, I accept that we're gonna deal with it, and I'm just also I'm already immediately thinking Lance is now having another thing he has to worry about for everyone else. Because also it's like, well, I guess technically Lance is already dealing with helping people with their sanity because he checks up on them.
Yeah, actually shows up, asks people how they're doing, checks in with them.
Oh my god, fuck it! Now that you're introducing this one, we're dealing with Cam right now. God damn it! Is he in the negatives? I'm joking, but at the same time, is he in the negatives? Does he have a negative modifier? Just tell me.
For sanity,
He's getting there.
I would say he has a really low modifier.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, how else would the crown so easily have swayed his opinions and actions?
I know. I just have a dumb thing in my head of like the crowd's talking to him, to Lance, and then he hears the voice of his parents like, "You remember, don't trust strangers." It's like, okay, thanks, mom and dad, and then the voice goes away. It's really dumb. But also, yeah, Nev, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, because yeah, there are definitely times where I can feel my chest tighten up a little. I was like, God damn it.
I literally get like aggro when my phone rings if it's somebody I don't feel like talking to.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
very much a texter.
Who else out there gets mad when their phone rings? I get fucking pissed. I'm like, why are you calling me? Just text me.
Also,
I don't want to talk.
Real quick. Bye, Remy. Thanks for hanging out.
Take it easy, Remy. Like, seriously, it was a great time.
Yeah. Maybe one day Remy will also be a guest. If they want
Hell
to.
Yeah.
As long as they feel comfortable.
He's a great creative, so like I could definitely see it happening.
Oh yeah,
if he's up for it.
Yeah. Answer my phone for is chaos. Oh, it's my okay. I was like, what does that stand for? I'm worried. But yeah, I also in this day and age, like answering the phone if it's a phone call, I'm like, is it spam? Because who's calling me? Everyone texts.
Yeah, like 90% of the phone calls I get are from like scam likely. Fuck off. But it's my fault because I've like had the same phone number for like years.
I do too, and I kind of like should I just replace it and just like have that feeling of like I'm starting over again.
I said I like my phone number because it's easy to remember. Man.
That's the thing. I've had my phone number for so long. Yeah, I don't want to remember a new number.
It's like I tell my phone number to people and they're like, "Oh shit, that's so easy to remember." I'm like, "Yeah." Now I want to fucking change that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely that feeling of like it's part of my life now. Do I really change it now?
And besides, like, even if you do change it, they're eventually gonna get the fucking number again anyway.
That's the other thought. Yeah. So that's the frustrating part.
All you can do is just protect your data and your information. They're gonna find the number eventually anyway. Some fucking dickhead company's gonna sell it to them from some of their data. Was it scrimping or scraping? Data scraping. Yeah.
I have to deal with that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I imagine. I'm probably going to once I finally get certified. Who knows? Maybe I'll be hired by a company to do it.
Oh boy.
Yay!
I guess.
Villain arc. Silas villain arc.
Well.
He really did become a baron. No.
Well, at least you don't have to deal with the phone calls. That's the Look, you've
Now I'll be programming an AI that does all the automated calling for me.
I don't know why we don't have that already.
We do.
No,
It's
no,
just
my
not a lot
job,
of
my job.
companies- Oh, actually, oh yeah, well, that fucking cheap bastards. That's why.
Well, I don't understand why they just don't bite the bullet because, look, my job, I've already mentioned they did layoffs because they're outsourcing. So it's like, why don't you just have a program so you don't have to pay people like wages?
Probably because of like optics backlash. Like that, it doesn't look good when a company does that when they outsource or like cut a bunch of jobs for automation, because that's actually like a really big issue right now in the working industry. Is automation is kind of really muscling in on some generally consistent forms of work that have been like easily applicable for a couple of years now.
Sure.
Not so
Okay.
much anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
So automation is kind of scary for the worker in a lot of facets.
Yeah, I guess I
The
get.
benefits are nice,
Yeah.
but the job loss is. I mean, if we had better social systems in place that provided more security for like home, like medical, dental, and all that stuff,
Yeah,
then
that's
like
the
it wouldn't
issue.
really be an issue. Exactly.
Because yeah, I've mentioned before, like I'm technically okay with the idea of AI like streamlining things that are just rote jobs that but I don't want it at the cost of people having like livelihoods and survivability.
Agreed. Agreed. That's why a tempered approach to AI is really necessary. Like we
Yeah.
need to develop it smart. We need to develop it carefully, navigate this space as cautiously as we can, because it's already like development for AI is already far exceeding the projections they believed. We're
Oh
like,
yeah, of
I
course.
think 6 or 7 years ahead of what they initially projected. And it's only increasing with speed as AI gets more and more advanced.
They're able to
So-
refine how they're getting their information and to make it better.
I mean, Chat GPT is like, I think on their 4th rendition, and it's like one of the most advanced AI chat frameworks that exists. Like,
Yeah.
it's really intelligent, highly intelligent, not self-aware, but intelligent as hell.
Yeah, it's been fed enough information to be that intelligent.
Same. I spent hours sitting there talking to that thing, trying to like get a read of it, and like, it's impressive.
Yeah, but the problem is it just needs better regulation in general. So,
It does. But again, that comes back to like, I feel like that's a corporate issue more so than it is an automation issue.
yeah.
The surplus labor value needs to be reallocated back to these artists, producers, creatives, and stuff so that they're getting the money they deserve rather than these billionaires who just sit on their ass and approve something.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense why they're making all the money when the creatives are the ones actually doing the work.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Like,
ideal.
just because you manage some money doesn't make you important. A bank manages money, and they get shut down all the fucking time. Some of them need to be bailed out by the government. So like,
Yay.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a really like vapid attempt to cling to 90s and early 2000s corporate culture, I guess you could say. There's like the vestiges of that shit are being dragged out as long and milked as much as they possibly can.
Yeah. But yeah. I totally agree. It's just I just had the thought of like, oh cool, AI is more or less stealing from anything it can get information from. But also you
Yeah.
wouldn't steal a car, right? Or you wouldn't download a car. So I was like, yay for double standards and hypocrisy because
You see what I'm saying?
what's the money?
Mm-hmm. Okay for me, but not for ye.
Yeah.
That's usually the doctrine that these corporations adopt is like, it's okay if we do it, But the second some smaller creator or smaller person, smaller venture, smaller business tries to do this shit, they're violating the integrity of our capitalistic system.
Where the fuck you get this
off.
download key, motherfucker? I know
Like,
it's
fuck off.
I know it's $30 in the US, but $150 overseas. Get fucked.
Right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the predatory practices they've been implementing, like after a certain point, money needs to, y'all need to stop making money. They need to cap these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well,
They need to cap them.
yeah, that'd be nice. But the issue is, for some dumb reason, they have to make more money than is needed.
I don't get it. And nobody's making any more money than usual. Inflation's at an all-time high. Bro, I spent like $260 on like basic groceries. Basic. I didn't even get a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Eggs, bacon, like just some bare necessity type shit.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man.
It's a pain.
Eventually, these things come to a head, man. Every king that gets a little too greedy ends up on the guillotine.
Here's
Okay,
hoping.
history.
Here's hoping.
It's not a matter of hope. It's just a matter of time.
Well, hoping as
When
in
the
sooner than
pain of
later.
when the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change occurs. And eventually people gonna get sick of it.
I just want to be a VTuber and have fun on the internet with my friends.
So real.
Me too.
So real.
I was like, look, I'm not asking to be like the next like Ludwig or anything else like that. I just want to be able to be like entertain enough people that they find enough value in it that is enough for a livable wage. That's all I'm
Right?
asking.
Like, look at me, senpai.
Like
Uh,
for me, it's always been about like doing something I enjoy doing, sharing it with people who also enjoy it, and making a living off of something that I don't dread doing every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm looking for. I don't even want to be a millionaire. I don't care about billions. I don't give a shit about any of that because money comes and money goes.
yeah. I don't
wanna
want
be
to
able
just
at
hold
least
on to money.
survive. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I want to be able to at least fucking survive.
I the reason why I'd want more money is so I can do bigger and dumber things to entertain people.
So true, man. Like
I want
fucking be out here with like a crazy factory, just doing all types of crazy, ridiculous shit, making animations.
cool.
Dude,
I
do
have
you know how many animations I
yeah.
would make for D&D if I had the money?
yeah, VTuber stuff
Everybody would
and
have
D&D.
custom fucking tokens, custom maps. I would have artists doing the whole fucking nine.
Oh
Music
snap! We
developers
have an
making
anime
music.
intro right now, and I can already visualize
I'm
parts of it.
saying, you see what I'm saying? Like, if I had the bread for this, it would be done.
Oh yeah, I mean, you and other people already know. Like, I spend my money to getting art and other stuff, and it's usually with other people because guess what? I want
Yeah.
to have it with friends because
Yeah.
what the fuck is the point of just getting stuff for myself? It's like, okay,
I'm
cool,
saying. And
great.
there's something just so gratifying of like, for example, getting like a group photo of you and all your VTuber friends. Like, I don't know, man. There's something about that just makes me feel all fuzzy inside, you know? I like that stuff. I'm
Yeah,
a sentimental
definitely.
bastard. What can I say?
Why do you think I keep mentioning stuff as like, hey, I'm getting this background. What is the reference for us? Give me something, damn it.
Yeah.
All of you saying, you don't have to. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to do something. You can't tell me what to do.
It's either I'm gonna pay somebody to do it, or I'm gonna learn how to do it. Like that's how I feel about like the stuff that we're doing for D&D right now. Like I plan to try to learn how to animate in Clip Studio because you could do that.
Oh, yeah.
But goddamn,
I mean, I even picked up drawing again, man. I haven't drawn since I was like 20 something. Almost 10 years of me putting that shit away. But fuck it. If it gets it done, it gets it done, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, hey, if you're determined enough or frustrated enough, you're going to find a way.
Hell yeah. You build it, they'll come.
Yep.
And if you want it bad enough, you'll build it.
God, I just had some ideas of like the thing I was mentioning with the anime intro thing of like it's either Lance or John. and as they're by themselves, but then like the eyes of the Scarlet King are looking at them, and then eventually as they're looking, they turn around or something. They instead it's the other person. They're and they're facing off. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, the stuff I would do, man. It would be so
What the
fucking
fuck?
cool.
Get somebody to write some music for us.
Yeah, if
I-
I had,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. I would get like custom music produced. You guys would have like your own themes. Bad guys would have like iconic themes that you would recognize immediately.
there was someone
mean, like-
that I've been commissioning for music for my different VTubers for to represent them. So that was another thing I was thinking, was like, if I don't know if the budget would work, but you know, maybe if there's you want slowly integrating more custom music, because also I wouldn't mind paying for that if it's like if it's like for the group kind of thing.
Oh yeah, we definitely can talk. We definitely can talk.
Okay, well, Nev also has a
'Cause
person
I'm really
too.
I'm really trying
Yeah.
to step up the I guess the tier of production that I'm working at. I
The
want to make things better.
the
you know what I
scale
mean?
slash quality of everything.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, because look, there's some fun just doing it very bare bones and just like figure it out, very scrappy. But then there's a point of like, we can make this better.
We can
Yeah.
really polish the shit out of this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we'll get there.
yeah.
I'm patient. I'm a patient, dedicated motherfucker.
Oh, I've seen that.
When I want something, I'll work for it.
Yeah.
And I don't care how long I got to. We'll make it work.
I'm very much more of the idea person. It'd be like, I need someone help me figure this out. I just have cool shit. I just need to figure it out.
That's the. We're gonna work well together in the future. Let me tell you.
You're just gonna keep giving me vague premises, and then I have to like, okay, what about this? I just basically throwing like spaghetti on the wall, and you're like, I can work with this.
Oh, I would adore you for that, Nev. Really. Both you guys, I really appreciate it.
With the amount of people that I've commissioned, I have a few that are like, yeah, just ask me for whatever. Actually, let me, before I forget, Silas, I'll send you the music I've have commissioned already, so you can like hear it.
Oh, hell yeah.
There. Oh, come on, open up faster. Let's see. I have so many. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. There's this one. Because I have opening or start of stream, ending stream, and then also like just chatting or general music, and then there's another one for a different model. If I can
Hell
find
yeah.
it.
That's dope.
Where the
That's the kind of stuff I want to set up for too.
there's this one also. Let me find it. Yeah. So if you give it a listen, and if this is what interests you, I can also just give you their Twitter. Or I think they have a card actually. Yeah, give it a listen and tell me what you think of it later.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, us being, I'll say it, overly ambitious but determined.
Hey, as
VTubers.
cheesy as it sounds, you know, you shoot for the moon, at least you'll land amongst the stars, even if you miss.
Oh, look, I'm a
I
cheesy
know.
motherfucker.
I'll aim as high as I possibly can and further. At least it'll put me ever closer to my final goal.
That's the thing. I think you could relate to this idea of I have the I usually try and stay humble, but I have this kind of bit of like cocky value of myself is like, look, I know I have good ideas. I just need to get eyes on it, and then I'm in business.
Facts. That's really what it feels like. And you know, honestly, you're not even wrong. You're not even wrong. Just hit that critical mass, and man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's that feeling of like I gotta get the ball rolling, but right now I'm like in a ditch right now.
It feels like that sometimes, but I think that's just par for the course when it comes to VTubing.
Yeah.
And like being able to persevere even in those low points is what really will lead to success at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just I will also acknowledge it. VTubing is oversaturated.
Oh, it's definitely oversaturated as hell, man.
Content creation
Literally-
in general. And so yeah.
Like just the other day I was watching my raid train just kind of like go through as the day progressed. Man, there's a President Trump potato. It'd be real out here, okay?
Oh my god. Like I'm not gonna name names, but I have people I'm following that I actually get mixed up because they're too similar.
Oof. Well, you know, I mean, when you have such a saturated like industry, you're gonna have some overlap, and people are
Yeah.
gonna be pretty similar. It does happen.
Yeah, and like no shade, if that's what they like, that's what they like. It's hard to
Yeah,
stand
facts.
out when you pick things that are. It's the reason. Okay, I'm not gonna specify it, but I really don't like when designs are too heavily inspired by a specific anime or the style. That I like.
Understandable.
Hmm?
No, that's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, because all I can think is it's so associated with that. I don't think of you. I think of that instead.
Exactly. I get that. Yeah.
They're. Go ahead.
I was trying to kind of strike somewhat of a similar like balance because I feel that same way about it with my older design
Mhm.
with the whole Bloodborne kind of theme. Like and then even now with the Arbiter design, trying not to be too on the nose about certain things and like elements that I take inspiration from or you know, because I like to think that a little bit of your VTuber should reflect the things you're interested in
Yeah,
or
definitely.
like passionate about. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I just look. I'm just gonna say it. If you're going to say you're from the Hidden Village, I'm like, please
Oh God! Oh God! No!
vary
No!
it
No!
up,
No! No!
please. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking.
No, you're right about you could be a little bit more creative than that. You know what I mean? Direct carbon copy rips and stuff like
I
that.
was like, you have the headband and everything. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Meanwhile, me over here, I literally stole the heart-shaped ahoge on top of Candiva's head from Iron Mouse. I did it on purpose. I'm not even gonna lie.
Hey,
I did it on purpose.
that's fine. Like, you can take elements and like, mash them together to make something like that fits you. Because, like, you're still gonna be inspired and influenced by the things that you see. It's just, again, I'm calling people out. Please, if I see another person that is named Sun, Go, or anything like that, or Wu Kong, I'm like, please, you can name your character anything else. I already know what your shtick is.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like 10 of you, please.
Oh.
No shade. It's just.
No, I get it. I get it.
I'm gonna upload this and I'm gonna start getting hate DMs and be like, "How dare you?" I'm like, "Look, I do what you like. It's just I've had it where I'm like, I'm trying to look one of you up and then I go, I can't find the right one because I don't know the name to differentiate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think I have 2-Bit Rabbit and not Alistair? Because there's already 10 of us. Someone added me to a list called all the VTubers named Alistair. I don't know. I think it's just I come from the perspective of I don't want to say business, but you know, like you gotta be a little savvy with like how to stand out and not just what you like.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you are marketing yourself.
Exactly. And how you present really like at the that initial like 5 minutes of a person watching you really does shape their perspective on how they view you.
Yeah,
And if they see
exactly.
like, you know, like 50 copies of Wukong, for example, or Son Goku, you know, it makes it hard for you to stand out against all of those. This is the Wukong that's really funny, or this is the Wukong that's really chill. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'd rather be like, oh, that's Silas from the DPRQ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I see the influences, but I don't think, oh, just Bloodborne character kind of a thing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I don't watch him personally, but like an example I think of, like, oh, clearly influenced by the Monkey King kind of thing is Kenji, but he's not just the Monkey King.
Exactly. Exactly. He's Kenji.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. You can take elements from something, but they shouldn't be like defining characteristics of
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Because also, let's be real, with a lot of VTubers, they take this thing and then it never gets brought up into their personality after their debut.
Exactly. Exactly.
Their lore video, but then meanwhile they're like completely different.
Yeah. Oh, there's a reason why, like in my lore video, I'm going to have some self-deprecating shit, and people will be like, "Why you do this? I thought it's supposed to be fun in a lore video." I'm like, "You don't understand."
Yep. No, same here. The edge lord who doesn't take himself too seriously.
Well, yeah, the whole
Yeah.
reason is like, look, let's
That's
be real. A lot of, I would rather have, I know, with like chat, they're probably gonna make fun of you or tease you, and I don't want them to have a weird parasocial thing where they're like worshiping me. So I want to avoid that also. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want it where you think you know me, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just another person. Like, let's not get it twisted.
Facts. Facts.
Also, Nev, when you say all this shade, I'm like, you just want to see me lean into being like no holding back of like all the like, I'm going to say in quotations, controversial takes of like, everyone's like, oh, let's love each other and be nice. And be like, nah, you guys need to actually like think about shit.
Yeah.
I could be like, I could tear to people and be like, what do you think you're doing right now? This is so inefficient of your time. And like, if you really want to like succeed, this is not the way to approach it. And
Yeah, real.
it's like, oh my God, stop complaining on Twitter about your followers, because guess what?
Oh my god.
You're not getting people to watch you through Twitter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, if you look at the statistics when I'm streaming, or like, I hope it's the same for anybody. But anyway, right? So
Yeah.
like it says like the traffic we get from Twitter is like 3%.
Yeah, that's
Small.
it's a drop in the bucket, and that's why like even as much as it like sucks to suck, if you want to like get eyes on you, you have to expand and do things that are not just I just want to stream and have fun. It's like, no, you decided to make this
Nah,
into work
bro.
and a business.
Yeah.
Yup.
I mean, you can have fun while you're working,
Yeah,
but it is work. It is.
yeah. You even if you're not the one editing or doing all that stuff, you got to think about like, how do I make myself into more of an appealing product? If you do want to
Exactly.
make this into more of a financial, I don't want to say success, but benefit you financially.
Absolutely.
Which is why I'm probably going to take a break next week, aside from maybe having someone else on and just like trying to clip stuff and just be
Right,
like, all right,
yeah.
TikTok, take the wheel.
Yup, exactly. Yup.
Am I going to probably have to
That's-
deal with some people, some weirdos because they're from TikTok? Yes, but also
Yep.
I will accept that to have at least more eyes on me.
Absolutely fair.
Short form content is the way to go right now.
It's
like
king.
reels and fucking like short clips. They love that shit.
Do you want to, I don't know if I told you this dumb idea I have with VTuber assets. How, a lot of VTuber assets, it's gotten better, of course, but a lot of them have generally paler skin tones. So I wanted,
Yes.
I wanted to use the ones that aren't, are the pale ones and do tongue-in-cheek things of like, the one where it's like the peeking over the wall.
Yep.
the hands. I wanted to do a thing of like I'm slowly raising myself up, and you realize that the skin tone doesn't match, and then I have my arms showing. So the implication is I'm standing on top of someone.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's one thing that I noticed too for me personally, because Gandiva has red skin.
Yeah.
Any assets that I would get for her, it had to be custom because
Yeah. Or
all the free ones don't have red. They don't have red.
yeah,
as
you guys
option.
like I guess I gotta learn how to edit these and efficiently if I'm gonna use more
Yeah.
than them.
I'll be fine. I can just you know.
It's not. I think it's not as bad because I think VTube Studio or whatever you're using has stuff that can auto pick the colors, but it's still frustrating that there aren't more options. But yeah, if since you're red, it's a lot harder to get those unless they're mindful of anything that's not the general skin tones.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I end up doing a lot of my own stuff is nobody does skin tones for my character. Nobody.
Yeah.
I've tried looking, but cost of being unique.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I always go, God damn it! Why did I decide to make a character with only long sleeves and gloves?
Yeah.
Just ignore. He took the gloves off and he rolled up his sleeves. I don't know. Shut up. Don't think about it. Because like, who else is gonna have this specific combination? They have to all be custom.
Yep. Asymmetrical arms.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And also the fact of talking about having an appealing thing, going back to that real quick, is I'm like, I made the most cool appealing thing be the thing that never shows up on screen because you're only going to see my upper torso. What's that thing on? What's that leg you have? Don't worry about it. You're not going to see it again until I get like a redeem that makes me raise my character up.
Yeah, you'll never see it. Don't worry about it.
There's a reason why later models are going to have specifically the prosthetics be the arms.
So true.
Again, but that also brings up the thing of I can't have the assets I want unless they're custom. So I'm always shooting myself in the foot.
The eternal struggle.
Again, this is also why I like. I want money to do the things that like Iron Mouse could do, where it's like I'm just gonna buy like all these things because I have the money to, and it's fun.
Yeah. Oh. I would love to get little 3D printed like what's it called? Little tiny figures that you put on the map, battle map in real life D&D. Or well, I want to get
minis.
like minis. Yes, I would love to get one for all of our characters.
Oh, that would be so cool. Actually, no, that would be really cool. Cause then we could do it like a merch thing.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
then,
was gonna
like,
say. It's like
people
so
could
we
get,
would
like,
just have
yeah.
merch.
Yeah, and then everybody would have like you could get like minis of everybody's characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
Just add it to the list of our dreams and
Yep,
goals.
add it to the list.
Man, if we weren't living in the US and we had places that had more affordable things and I could just risk like spending the next 3 to 6 months because we're old and just try to like make a name for myself, I would. But we're not in that situation. Like,
Yeah, I know.
God damn it.
One day. I'm gonna replace Arcadum eventually. Minus the controversy.
I was like, bold, but also yes, I understand what you're saying. Because technically, I probably wouldn't go to the extent you would with all the D&D stuff, but I think maybe having 2 campaigns a week could be doable if it was a full-time kind of thing with the other content I'm
yeah.
trying to make.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. Is like, I would, because like I'm fully cognizant that like it takes a massive amount of work to get a campaign off the ground and
Yeah.
then to keep it going.
Yeah.
So I would focus on 2 well or high produced campaigns. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure.
That'd probably be where I would cap it off is like at 2.
Right, because also I'm realizing like you're kind of doing two right now, but also this is under the assumption that you're doing like full-time like other stuff, because the other conversations of like, if we had the money to spend, like, man, we would get animations and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
Like the amount of art that I have backlogged, my hands are going to be cramped to hell by the end of next month.
Godspeed, but also what the fuck, Silas?
Hey, there's some big things in the works. There's big things.
I know. You. I mean,
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about art.
you don't have to. Okay. This is also the reason why I haven't put as much time into considering doing art, because look, I love artists. I will tip you as much as I can, but also all of you show me this is a stressful life.
See, I'm not really stressed. More like there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it all.
Well,
That's what it feels like.
yeah.
To me.
Well, that's what I mean, but
Yeah.
also other artists dealing with their own version of stress of like
Oh,
burnout or
yeah.
other things. It's like, look, I
Yeah.
already have enough mental illnesses. I don't need to try and add more things that I'm like having self-doubt about.
See, that's why you use your mental illness to your advantage. Neuroticism. Let's go.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Right. So I've attempted to do like the whole. All right. So I'm gonna plan to take off a week from work so I can catch up on things, and that week is usually spent me recharging. I don't even get anything
Yeah, that's
done.
the issue, is that I'm like, okay, cool, I can do all this and that. I'm just gonna lie down and not
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I think I would need like a whole month off of work to like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half to just do nothing.
Yeah,
Because my
yeah.
body needs that. And then after that, I'd probably get up and start being more productive. Like it's crazy how much of a toll having a
Yeah.
full-time job and streaming and doing all this shit in the background. Ugh.
It's all pent up of like stacking up. It's like, oh, okay, I need to recover from this, but I also got to do this, so we're just gonna try and do both.
Yep, exactly. You have to make some
See,
sort of
that's-
compromise.
Am I happy about
That's why
either?
you
No.
just set the physical threshold that you can withstand excessively high, so that way you can.
Silas, you couldn't even say that with a straight face. You just died in. God damn it. But this is also the life we live because, god damn it, we don't want to go do other shit.
Yep.
I've just always wanted to do this shit.
Oh, I
Just
mean,
like literally. That and it's
Yo, real.
fucking way more fun than working some of the jobs I've done in the past.
yeah.
So much more fun.
Well,
And I met all you guys too on top of that. So it's just been wins all around.
oh, thank you. Did I ever mention I decided to major in writing? It was like, well, I'm basically putting myself in a do or die situation of I better succeed or else this is gonna suck.
Nah, you got this. You got this. You're gonna kill it, bro. I'm telling you. All you need to do is hit that right thing at the right
Yeah.
time, and you're golden, man. Because you got the talent.
Thank you. I believe that. It's just, I think it's the thought of like I either figuring out how to hit the critical mass or finding or improving my odds to have that lucky break situation. But you know, just got to keep trying.
Yep.
But
Persistence pays.
but also I
Dedication.
know I know you want to be the first person to either help me design or test out that Hades like I told you about.
Hell yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
I appreciate that you have a strong enough memory to remember all the stuff I've told you, because there's a lot.
Man, the neuroticism, man.
Yeah, okay, fine, fair
My
enough.
brain just sticks it in the vault, holds on to it, and pulls it out when it's relevant again.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as you said that, I had a memory of I latched onto things and remembering them so well in improv that someone called me the Rain Man of the group, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. Yep.
At the time, I didn't take it as a so I was like, oh, thank you, because I took pride in improv and all that. But then as I mentioned to other people, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I realized, oh, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, mental illness, for taking, if they say it in the right tone, as positive affirmation. God damn it. Okay. I could talk forever, and I think you two could also, but also I know you need to eat, so I don't want to keep it for much longer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, I do need to eat too, so.
Oh shit,
Hey,
bro.
good time to wrap up.
We're all
Good time.
starving here.
Yeah. I have a feeling we'll probably talk even a little bit after I stop streaming, but you know, let's
Yep,
cut
yep.
it faster than later. So let me know if there's anything you want to closing things or shout outs, even though my stream is basically our D&D group, or what's it called? Is there anyone you want me to raid? Because as usual, the guests have first choice.
I'll let Gandiva pick this time since I got last time.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Oh my god. Let's raid S4.
I don't I'm not actually following. So
Let
if
me
you could-
link
Yes,
his
please.
channel too.
But also, if you want any closing remarks while the thing loads up for the raid.
Yo, shout out to everybody that plays D&D with us. We love you.
Real talk, seriously. Like, you guys make doing it so gratifying, and you keep me motivated to keep going. So, as long as you enjoy the D&D and you show up every session, I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's
We're
real.
gonna be celebrities one day.
Yeah.
All of us.
I'm gonna get a big old streamer house, and we're all gonna live together. It's gonna be great.
What the fuck? We're gonna have a cult. We're gonna have a cult.
Yep, D&D
Oh,
cult.
I forget about that.
House.
But okay, sure. I mean, we're making content, so yeah, okay, fuck it, why not?
Right?
All right, this is fun, and yes, I love all of you, and looking forward to more hijinks and things. I go, God damn it! And thank you to you two for being guests. It was great, and I'm sure we're probably gonna do this again in the future.
Oh, you already know. You already know. We're coming back to visit this little thing.
This little thing. Meanwhile, we have like 8 ideas that we're could be referencing. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna hit raid now before hit one more ad. So bye bye, everyone. Have a good night, and yes, we'll go eat.
Good night.
Bye. All right.